Welcome in to session 76 of Adventures in Aanthara.
76.
It is the last quarter of a century, if you think about it. Listen, Brian, I have to try to
I'll
find
never
significance
think of
in
it like
all the
that way.
numbers.
I can't. It's just, it doesn't work.
Come on, call us in 4 sessions when we hit 80.
Yeah, until then we've got nothing of interest. Before we get into the previously in Adventures in Aanthara, we have some housekeeping to do. As of this session, mostly all of everything that we do is transitioning to the 2024 rule set for D&D 5e. If you don't know about this, get your head out of the sand. So most of the characters have been transitioned, or all the characters have been mostly transitioned. There is some stuff that we're holding on to just because it works better or it's too tied to who the character is or something like that.
Except for
But
spiritual weapons.
there is, yeah, not that. That's changing. But there are a number of changes that will happen both for individual characters and for the way the game runs. So we're going to summarize that briefly here, partially for all of our understanding, partially for anyone else who cares understanding, mostly so that we all know what the heck is going on in these new rules. And let's be honest, we'll be figuring them out a bit as we go, because there's a lot of changes, and I'm finding new ones all the time.
Changes.
So before we get to characters, here's some general stuff. Also, I may have told some of you this, but generally speaking, if there was a Matt Not Mercer rule that previously overwrote a 5e rule, that will remain the case until further notice. So an example of that, spell scroll crafting and crafting in general. We'll probably adopt some of their crafting stuff, but there's some crafting stuff that's in that PDF that you have of my rule set. That stuff remains the same. Also, the unique stunned condition that I have, because stun is too OP, that remains the case because they didn't really change it that much. Stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. The PDF mostly rules all, and then comes 2024 Player's Handbook, and then everything else. Spell changes, there are many, and they are wide-reaching. So we will all learn what the changes are in each other's spells more or less as we go, except we all know the spiritual weapons now concentration because Leah won't stop telling us about it. Double check that
I will
your
die on this
character.
hill.
Well, listen, all clerics are going to die on this hill. It's fair for you to believe it, but also it's the right change. None of your spells. Yeah, none of your spells should say legacy. So just make sure that that's not the case if you have any spells. Yes, Anneka.
My item spells are still legacy, so I can change this if you need me to.
Okay, so yeah, that was a note that I made. Maybe you said something to me about it and I never got around to doing it.
Don't
but
remember.
If you have items that cast spells, we will probably need to edit those items to cast the updated version. So if you have a list of those, send them to me at some point. We'll fix that. In the meantime, if you cast a spell, honestly, if anyone casts a spell in any way, yeah, we will pull it up and make sure there's nothing weird. Okay, that's spells. Exhaustion. I don't know if anybody's noticed this, but the rules on exhaustion are different. There's not the unique debuffs at each level of exhaustion. Instead, you just get a -2 to any d20 test, which is what they're called now, for each level of exhaustion, and -10 feet for each level of exhaustion. Or maybe it's 5. I'm not sure. 5 or 10.
Oh my gosh.
But basically, as you go up, it's just the same sort of thing at each level, but it gets progressively worse. Obviously, at high levels of exhaustion,
When you say
have
feet,
like a minus.
you mean movement feet, not
Yes,
feet.
correct.
Okay.
No, movement speed.
No Foon's effect.
You lose 10 feet.
Become
I
shorter.
don't think I only have 2.
I only have 2. Well,
Heroic
everyone else loses
inspiration.
it.
The previously was called DM inspiration or whatever you wanted to call it. Heroic inspiration. It now allows rerolls of any single die roll. Note that I believe in the 1D&D stuff or not the 1D&D, like the what was that middle ground stuff? It was, I forget what it was called.
The BG3
Regardless.
rules.
No,
That's
the
what it
thing
was.
on homebrewery, I found that link.
Oh, like
Yeah.
the pending, like the rules as pending, or
Yeah, the rules
the
is
list
pending.
we
They were
believe.
called something, and I can't remember what it was, and it's annoying me. But regardless, in there, it was like if you made a damage roll, you could reroll the whole damage roll, I think. But in this case, it is a single die, which does mean that you could reroll the damage die on your weapon. Theoretically, that would be one of the weaker ways to use it, but you could do
Sneak
that if you
attack?
felt you wanted to. If you did sneak attack, it would only be one die.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the clarification. So mostly you'll want to use it on D20s, but you can
Well,
use it on other
this
stuff,
was-
like a bardic inspiration.
Oh, it's just any inspiration? Is like this?
Well,
is
this is
heroic
no.
inspiration.
Yeah, heroic inspiration, which is the little thing you have to toggle for in your sheet that I give out to you as previously DM inspiration. That's what has this new rule. Bardic inspiration is still the same.
Where the
But you
fuck
could
do we
use
put
heroic
bardic
inspiration on your bardic inspiration die if like you really wanted to make a save and you rolled a 1 on the bardic inspiration die, you could re-roll that. That's it. That's one of the die you could re-roll.
I'm gonna
It's
have
So
literally
why would you
any
do? Why would you
single die.
re-roll the D8 when you could re-roll the D20?
Very
guess
good
if
point.
It might be
If it's,
decent.
Well,
if,
yeah.
yeah,
If it
and
was
if the
like a
D20 was
17, yeah, it's like a 17 on the D20, but then you rolled a 1 on the inspiration and you knew what the DC was,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. The
I'm gonna
one,
have to ask when I do stuff.
say that again?
I'm gonna have to ask when I do stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. By the way, you can give your heroic inspiration to somebody else,
Wow.
particularly if you get a new one when you already have one, so keep note of that. I will note the rules as written don't currently clarify this, but I am making this a rule, a Matt Not Mercer rule, and I think that maybe they'll clarify it at some point. You cannot use this on your level up HP roll. That is
I mean,
the
that makes
only
sense.
die that I can think of so far. Maybe I'll think of another one that you can't do it on. So if you roll a 1, we already re-roll that. But if you roll a 2, you can't use an inspiration to up your health roll.
But a
Because that's
death
just the
save.
same.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but if we
Yes.
make a death save
You could
We can
definitely
re-roll
use it on a
death
death
saves?
save. Yes.
with
your
the with the
inspiration?
with an
Yeah.
inspiration, like a heroic
Inspiration.
Heroic
inspiration.
inspiration.
Whoa.
Yeah, with your heroic
And
inspiration.
you could add bardic inspiration to a death save if you truly wanted
And
to.
you
If you
can-
had it.
But you can decide after you roll.
Yes, that's another big
Immediately after.
difference.
Okay.
Before you know the result.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So that's a big-ish one. Hopefully I give it out a good amount. We'll see. Maybe I'll try to give it out more.
Or
'cause
we're
it's
just not
strong.
cool enough. I
We're
mean,
just not inspirational enough.
we're just.
Here's a really interesting one. I note this because I think we have someone with Warcaster, at least one someone. Okay.
No.
Opportunity attacks used to be on a hostile creature. They are now on a creature that you can see that leaves the 5 feet away from you space, which means if you have Warcaster and an ally moves out of your range, you could use an opportunity attack with Warcaster to cast a spell with a reaction, like a heal or a.
But it has to
you
be
can only
touch. Right?
no, it doesn't have to be touch.
No.
Oh.
It is cast as
Yeah,
it's on
Warcast
them.
is just a spell.
Yeah, it's
Target
on
of that
them.
one creature.
Oh,
Right.
only
So
that.
you-
That's
They can
the thing.
only
Yes.
target that
So
creature.
you couldn't
Yeah.
like throw out a bane or a fireball or
You-
something like that.
You can give them a snack on the ass and give them guidance as they run away.
Yes, you could give them a guidance. You could
I don't know
heal
if Riley's
them.
gonna do that, but it's
You
an
could
option.
cast haste if you wanted to cast haste as a reaction.
Ooh.
You could do that with Warcaster based off this changed opportunity attacks.
Wow.
I don't have haste, but
Yeah,
noted
but
for everyone
that
else.
kind of
Haste is
stuff. Anything that
cracked.
affects that one person,
Mhm.
haste is cracked. Grappling is no longer a contested check. The target makes a strength or dex save, their choice, against a DC that is 8 plus your strength plus your proficiency. So note that. Long rests, you regain all your hit dice, not just half. So that's cool. That is the major stuff that I have noted down. I'm sure we will find more as we go, but just note that. Now, character stuff. So, I have a few things noted that I will summarize. If I don't say anything that you know has changed, it's either because I don't think that everyone would or needs to know, or because I'll let you explain if anything else that you want to. So if I'll say a couple things for each person that matter, one or a few, depending on the character. And if you guys want to jump in and note anything else that has changed, feel free to. For Nas, I am going to note literally nothing. There is a decent amount of stuff that is changing, but none of it is forward-facing enough that I feel the need to tell you all about it. Brian, do you want to share anything that is changing?
I mean, yeah, I can. Honestly, the quick ones are weapon mastery, which warlocks traditionally don't seem to get. We did work it out to where that he'll have access to his weapon mastery because of one of the feats that he took. So he will have Vex on his weapon. The other one, which was the big one, was the improved pact weapon is gone now. So his weapon is no longer considered a +1. Also, I have 82 health now.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, am I the weakest now?
No.
You two are
You are the weakest link.
Damn.
Goodbye.
I
Yeah.
still
I have
have so
69 hit points.
I have less than
You.
you.
Okay, I'm not the
Okay.
weakest.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the only other
Good type
one
for
I
third.
think that's on this list that's worth mentioning is converting spell slots into points for the sorcerer spell points no longer requires a bonus action, which means in combat I could sacrifice 2 level 1s to get 2 points and then use
That's
those immediately.
cool.
Whoa.
There is magical juggling now. Converting to a spell slot does
That's
require
really
a bonus
cool.
action.
Yeah,
But for
yeah,
points.
yeah. Okay, good stuff. The hit point boost, is that staying permanently? I can't remember if that's getting
Nope.
replaced. Okay, so this is a short-term thing. He's a little tougher right now.
It is
Uh,
one I need to be able to drop later.
Yeah. Okay, Brightwing. We all know spiritual weapon is now concentration, Sag. However, it is worth noting that healing spells are buffed. So keep that in mind, as is Spare the Dying, which you still have, right? You haven't switched that
Yeah.
out? Okay, so Spare the Dying is at what range
No,
for you
you
now?
wouldn't let me switch out my cantrips, Matt.
That's right. Well, I meant in the previous levelings. You can switch them out at levels, I think, according to the game.
At a level that you take a proficiency bonus increase, or
Yeah.
at
That, thank you.
Yeah.
Your Spare the Dying is at what range now? Because that's worth knowing.
I think it's 30
It
feet.
goes up in range based on your level.
I'm level what? 9?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
30 feet.
Okay,
60
nice.
at 11.
Yeah. Other things of note, Brightwing has this Divine Spark thing, which is a new channel divinity option that can just do a little pump of healing or damage, basically for free without spell slot expansion if you have extra channel divinities lying around. And the Turn Undead channel divinity does very different things. It now, well, some different things. It now incapacitates undead, which is different from just making them run away in fear. And if you you now have Seer Undead, which does damage to all undead, rather than the whole, if they're below a certain CR, they blow up, and if they're not, it does nothing. Now
Where's
it does
this
damage to
divine
all of them.
spark?
It should be in your channel divinities.
I think it's a level
somewhere.
2.
If you go to class features, it will probably show up. I think it's like a
Mm.
D8 or 2D8 of either damage or healing. You can edit me on that if you see differently. Anything else you want to note, Brightwing?
I don't see divine spark, TBH.
What the heck?
I see dampen elements and blessed strikes and seer undead and charm plants and animals. But I don't see divines. Oh wait, no, it's okay.
You found it?
Yes, it's just very,
Okay.
very small.
Yeah.
Okay.
A spark, not a flame.
Yeah, it's just a
very
little
small.
thing. It's a little use in a
Um,
pinch thing.
TBH, I haven't really thought about it. in terms of differences, there wasn't really a lot except for Channel Divinity, which you've already mentioned.
Yeah.
I'm sure spells are going to be different, but I haven't really looked through spells, so I'll let you know.
Okay. Also worth noting, we are not making any. I was going to say racial. Oh, go ahead.
There is with Divine Strike. I forgot my train of thought. With Divine Strike, I can add a D8 to weapon damage, which means I can add that to Shillelagh if I hit something. So Shillelagh is a lot more powerful now.
Oh, and your Shillelagh is just straight up buffed, I think.
Yeah, that also is true.
It does like a different die of damage or something.
Your Blessed Strike, right?
My Blessed Strike, and then Shillelagh is a D10 now.
Yeah, so it's like a D10 plus a D6 or something on every hit. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Or unless Blessed Strike is once per turn. I can't remember.
I
It's
thought Blessed Strike was once per turn, but it's a D8.
It might be.
It's a D8 once per turn.
Okay. Yeah, so there you go. Well, you only have one attack anyways, unless you're hasted, which would be very silly, especially since you cannot cast spells with hasted actions anymore, which they fixed. Okay. What I was about to say about races, first of all, they're no longer races, they're species, but worth noting, we have no species changes, mainly because 4 of those species in this party are not in the new rules, and the other one is too... we didn't really actually even talk about this. I don't know if you know who you are, but the change that it would involve is too weird to come out of nowhere, I think. So if you have any complaints, feel free to reach out if you even know who you are. Okay, moving on. Eclipse. Eclipse probably has the most stuff. Your rage, which is called Unleashed for Eclipse, now lasts 10 minutes, but it has to be maintained by an attack, forcing a save, or using a bonus action to extend it. So each turn you have to make an attack, force a save, or use a bonus action to just say it keeps going. Not super tough to do. I don't think you use bonus actions all that much, probably, relatively speaking.
It's a very big quality of life increase.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Well,
you can no longer take damage to extend it, though.
Yeah, that's
if I
the
get
big
hit,
difference.
that doesn't matter.
Correct. So you have to do something on your turn to make it up. Keep up.
Also, it works with thrown weapons now.
True.
Really?
Yeah.
We need to invest in javelins.
We need javelins.
Damn, that's crazy. I also got shit for that, but I'm not gonna talk about it.
I've been holding on to them for so long.
The Battle Spear, which is Eclipse's weapon, it is a unique, it's technically homebrewed weapon. We are giving it the Topple weapon mastery, which can knock enemies prone if they fail a save. Pretty crazy. I think it's actually one of the stronger ones, but it made the most sense.
Huh?
So Eclipse running around knocking everybody on their butts. Reckless, worth noting, you have to choose to activate it on the first attack of your turn, which typically you would want to do anyways, because if you're going to use it at all, you'd want it on all your attacks. But it now lasts until the start of your next turn, which means you get it on opportunity attacks.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, I saw that.
When you're unleashed, you can use... I don't know how often this will come up, although you could specifically unleash in these instances to use it. You can use strength for acrobatics, intimidation, perception, stealth, or survival checks. You can use it on intimidation always because of our homebrew rule. But that is a thing. So if you're going into a tough stealth situation, you could expend an unleash, roll your stealth check with your strength bonus, and might be worth. Yeah. Last thing of note, Second Wind, you now have 3 uses per long rest, and that will continue to go up, and you get one back on a short rest, so they're much more expendable. Also, when you use it, you can move half your speed without provoking opportunity attacks, which is cool. And
damn!
Yeah.
Thank God Shift came back into the fucking world.
Holy shit!
And you can use it to add a D10 to a failed ability check.
Yeah.
And if you still fail that ability check, you retain the use of Second Wind. I used this actually to great
Yes.
success in the Saturday Jornara throwback campaign. Pretty cool. So keep that in mind if you're rolling ability checks out of combat. You have a use for Second Wind that is out of combat, which is pretty neat.
That's cool.
Yeah. Anything else you want to note, Jeps?
So I guess to clarify, because there's other weapon masteries that are on here, but I don't use the weapons, so I just ignore
You have
them.
several others.
Okay.
If you ever had a need to use those other weapons, for what it's worth, because I built that out for you.
Yeah.
I threw on several that you might ever use, and that gives you multiple new weapon mastery options. If you wanted to go back and change those, you can do that. So really, it's up to you.
But
you have
basically, it
access to
says
those.
a weapon type and then the thing
Yes.
that goes with it. I would have to
Yes.
have that weapon to activate
Yes.
that. Okay.
Correct. Okay,
The topple's
that's
really the only
Eclipse.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, Topple's the one you'll use almost always. Faye. The only thing that I will point out is that inspiration now lasts an hour, and you use it when you fail a check or a save or whatever, rather than in advance of knowing the result. So huge buff
That's
to Bardic Inspiration.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like a reaction?
You can use it as I have to give it to you, but it lasts an hour instead of 10 minutes like it used to, and then you can use it after you know you've failed, and it's one of those things like, I fucked up, and then, oh no, wait, Faye said something that made me feel really good, and I'm gonna use that to make me better at things. I don't know how it would work, but that's how we're gonna take it.
I mean, that sounds right to me. So.
Yeah,
So-
right?
Previously, if you rolled on a 19 to save against some wizard and you weren't sure if that succeeded or not, you might add your inspiration, and then it might have ended up being useless because you already succeeded. That doesn't occur anymore. If you fail, you can use it. If you don't fail, you don't need it. Any other things that you want to point out, Megan?
I think being a non-PHB subclass left a lot of my stuff the same. Let's see. I think there's lots of options. I did get additional spells, so those will be fun to reveal. And then what else? What did I send you? Because I had given you like a list.
Yes.
Oh, I can expend a spell slot to regain inspiration, but I don't perceive needing to do that with the amount of nat ones you guys roll.
Yeah.
And then
that has little effect on your particular subclass.
the expertise that I would have gained at level 10 bumped up to level 9, so I have expertise in 2 additional skills.
Let's go.
Which this didn't update. Oh. Okay. I had manually put the expertise on this one. I have to fix it.
Okay. Also worth noting, we talked, and I don't know. Oh, it has come in use, I think, once. Counter Charm did get, I'll call it, fixed in the new PHB, so it's not the worst feature in literally all of D&D 5e anymore. However, the fix that Megan and I had created for Faye is better, and we decided that it was okay to keep as is. So she has Matt Not Mercer Counter Charm, which is more wide-ranging than the existing rules as written Counter Charm.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. Okay, Sam. Really nothing of particular note to that everybody needs to know. Sneak Attack does some fancy stuff if you want to share, or you can just wait till it happens and you have your weapon masteries on your stuff. But anything that you want to particularly point out to everybody else?
That's it.
Okay. Bet.
It's nothing fancy.
Oh, and a cool thing that doesn't really matter to anyone right now, but that does matter for the long term, is the spell list that she has access to is increased.
Oh, I have access to every wizard spell, not just evocation and illusion.
Ooh.
So that's pretty neat.
And I also finally have reliable talent. So
True,
the lowest I can
incredible.
ever roll is a 10.
On anything
skills
you're
that I'm
proficient
proficient in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
what does that make your highest minimum?
My highest minimum is Thieves' Tools, Stealth, Sleight of Hand, and Investigation. They're all a minimum of 23.
Yo!
Yeah. So I'm passing every check for the rest of my life.
Crazy.
The redemption.
Hey, Matt.
Really.
Yeah.
This is a curiosity. It's probably a no, but do I get weapon mastery on Shillelagh because it's technically a club?
No.
It comes with your class.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
comes with
cleric
class.
thing would have to give it to you, yeah, and
Mhm.
cleric doesn't
Okay.
give you any there. You can
Okay,
take
cool.
a feat that gives you weapon mastery, and it's technically a quarterstaff, I think. Is it a
Quarterstaff,
club?
yeah.
I think it should be a quarterstaff.
It's a great club.
Yeah. Wow.
Shillelagh
Is
may
it?
make the damage a great club, but it's still cast on a quarterstaff.
Mhm.
Has to be
Yeah.
cast on something made of wood.
The weapon mastery would be what you have.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
just so I have this right. Because Rage lets me make strength checks at advantage. And when I choose to make something as a strength check, that means that any of those would then be an advantage.
Yeah, like your stealth checks would be at
Yes,
advantage if you're
That is correct.
unleashed.
If you unleash, you would have advantage and your strength bonus to acrobatics, intimidation, perception, stealth, or survival.
Stealthy kitty.
Yeah, pretty dope. They really
Ground won't say
Put-
anything if you beat the shit out of it, apparently.
they really put effort into making marshals better out of combat, which was very nice. So Eclipse got some big buffs in that regard.
Jesus.
Okay.
It's all that stealth practice with Sam.
True.
Dude, literally, like, only 2
Yeah.
of those are less than an 8. Like, that's what's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
sad.
Oh, one thing that is pretty sweet, by the way. Although I think I tested it and I'm not sure if it doesn't work because the language is May on this particular feature that we're talking about. But I think I mentioned this to you, Jess. You have the ability to click on your rage.
Yeah.
The rage feature.
Yeah.
And it adjusts your weapon damage.
Yeah.
So previously we had made like separate weapons for whether you're unleashed or not. Now you can just click that on. It adjusts things for you. It doesn't add the strength bonus and the advantage to all those checks because you can or may use it, and so it doesn't want to do it automatically. So you just have to remember that. But in combat, you click that on and it fixes stuff for you.
Okay.
Bueno?
We'll figure that out when we get to combat, because one of them says like a D8 plus 6, and the other one says a D10 plus 6. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We'll figure it out later. It's okay.
Okay.
When combat happens, we'll give a shit.
Oh, that's because it's versatile. And you use it one-handed because you use your shield. But if you ever dropped your shield, you would have a D10. So
Got
that's
it.
worth noting.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now we can
Dropping your shield, that's crazy.
get into the game.
Oh,
Previously,
that's right, we're playing.
yeah, we're playing
God.
D&D. Previously on Adventures in Aanthara, the party, after all kinds of activity in Ilmara, including but not limited to a party, an interrogation, an underground hunt that unveiled a whole bunch of undead crap, meeting some new people, romance. Really, it had it all. And a potential familial connection with a very, very, very notable figure. The group made a sort of business deal with that figure of some kind. So they're sort of in alliance with the Dry Carve Illusion, Orion Marquez. But now they are headed eastward because during the conversation with the Drycar, they were given finally a lead on the two figures who they had met on the road in the northwest of Kathos, who they suspect to be connected to the kidnapped children from Sawfeld. And so they are headed to Sildari, outside of Kathos, to attempt to find those figures and thereby to find the kidnapped children, perhaps. In the last session, they made a couple days worth of travel, had some conversations, sent some letters, and then found an interesting underground cache of some sort where they fought a bunch of dusty crap and some bullets and got some interesting items, including a owlbear plushie. That's all I have to say about that. And that is where we pick up on the late morning. You guys had just identified a bunch of the items.
We did
and
that
we
in
are
the cart.
Yes, we did it in the cart. Yep,
Okay.
and we are headed eastward. So I need rolls for the day. Por favor,
Say
survival,
pre-rolls.
charisma,
And the pre-rolls.
You want
Con,
pre-rolls.
and a d20. Pre-roll. Wait, let me pull up my pre-roll thingy. Pre-rolls.
10 and 4.
19 and a nat 1.
But Anneka, you can't roll lower than a 10. We just talked about that.
True.
Does it work for pre-rolls? Am I
It
proficient
does
in
actually.
pre-rolls?
If I were to use the pre-roll for one of your proficiency things, your reliable talent would kick in.
Yeah.
618.
618. Leah.
A 1 and an 8.
Oh. Oopsie dalico.
We're doing
Oh,
real good today.
oh. And Jeps.
I got an 8 and a 17.
8 and a 17.
Partwig
Okay.
and I are dying. We're dead.
This is where it
it's
ends.
Totes fine. Totes fine.
Those new rules were cool while it lasted.
Mm. You
Really?
need a
Well,
living
never got
character
to
to
use
use them.
Well,
Goodbye, improved
Didn't get to play the
Sam.
character. Now I'm gonna make a fighter and
True.
Everyone makes spiders from now on.
Be good at stuff.
Yes.
Okay. Roll survival, charisma, con, and a d20, please.
a
do the
17
D20.
for whatever. I roll.
17 naturally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do
We'll
one of them.
make that survival because it's the first one.
Alright, I'll do the random one.
Okay.
I got a 18 plus what 5 for charisma?
Yep. 23.
Well,
Damn.
13.
Okay. 13 is the random and con.
Just roll it.
Okay.
This is a
It's
very
a
good
1.
start. A 1?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys have consistently had one bad roll
Rolls.
and 2 really good ones. Okay.
Oh no.
Good answer.
Good
Good
answer.
answer.
Good answer.
Okay. And a 13.
They use these at the convention for rollies and they hate me.
Mm. You left all the
Okay.
juju there.
I said they all took it from me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. You guys pick up late morning traveling eastward. Still in the mostly open rolling plains of central Kathos. Trees and rocks every now and then, hills pretty frequently, but mostly it is long horizons of open plain. About an hour into travel, Sam.
Yeah.
There is a flash, and a small folded piece of paper falls into your lap.
Just quickly scoop it up. And nonchalantly open it and read it.
Okay. You recognize the handwriting
Fuck.
immediately.
Yeah.
It reads, "Had to track one of these down to write back. It doesn't matter all that much what I believe, Samine. In this part of the world, the truth is whatever those who matter say it is. And if you want to change their minds, you can't do it from the shadows. Where are you? If you turn yourself in, I might be able to help.
Oh no.
Is this the husband?
That is
This
some
is- this is-
gaslighting.
Who is that?
It's
Mm-mm.
from Reed.
You don't know.
In my head, I know it's from Reed.
No
Oh yeah,
shot.
you know.
Just kind of stare at the letter as I feel just like my heart sink.
Brightwing, I would say that you would have noticed it appear with your passive. No one else probably did. Bless you.
See, that was aggressive.
Take 2?
I
He's
feel
having
it.
Hay fever from all the horses.
Oh no.
Brightwing having allergies is really funny. I kind of. Where are you sitting in the cart?
What is the typical cart arrangement
Oh.
of your group?
That is interesting. Who's driving?
I think they made me drive. I'm the worst.
I'm
That's
in
just
the
true.
back.
That's
I have
driving.
I have a parasol and sunglasses and a
Correct.
clipboard. I'm probably leaning up against the like rolled up silks at this point, and there is a bald cat somewhere nearby.
Correct.
I'm probably near the front, just helping keep an eye out. So I'm probably next to Brightwing.
Okay. I would give a gentle hand on the wrist and just kind of give you a everything okay look.
I look back, just a little concerned, a little defeated, very conflicted.
And Jess as a simple like giving her like some space, but I'll like simply just put a little bit more pressure on the wrist and I'll cast guidance to give you like just a clear thought, but not intrude. I'm going back to whatever that guy was doing.
Okay.
Just read it back a second time, and then a third
Mhm.
time.
I will send it to you so you have it.
Thank you.
Samurai reads texts.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
She's an overthinker. She's gonna fold it up, tuck it away, and just kind of think on it. And not really pay attention to anything else for the next probably hour, maybe 2.
Okay. Just because she has expressed care and interest, what would Brightwing's passive insight pick up on you in this hour plus?
I mean, you can definitely tell that the whatever letter was sent to her, so it's just sort of eating her up inside, of like having to acknowledge something else and now having to maybe formulate a reply, or maybe she doesn't reply. It's a lot of like just like her looking out and then like nodding to something and then shaking her head again and then just it looks like she's thinking about like how to text back essentially.
Is she looking like she wants to do it now, or is she mainly trying to like? What's the best way to put it? Like, is she trying to do it in a way that she wants to get it done and over with, or is she trying to like, or should she not fully commit to it because she doesn't want to think about it right now?
There is definitely both of like that desire to, to reach out to make that connection, but also knowing it's probably not a good time. She doesn't know what to say back. She doesn't know what to do.
I think with that, I think what Brightwing has been doing in the cart has probably been because she made like a cross stitch embroidery for Nas forever ago of like the Y and New York Yankees
True.
birdseed bag. And she was probably working on something else to come what it is, but I think she sees that you are trying to like formulate something but can't actually physically do it at the moment. So she simply just hands you an extra embroidery and a piece of thread and just offers it as like another thing to put your mind off for a little bit.
She kind of like at first just like mindlessly like just takes it, not really absorbing like actually what you're giving her. And after a moment, she just actually like sees it and looks back at you. Still like quiet, but just kind of nods gently and just stares back out into the distance again, really not absorbing it fully.
And seeing that, I think she's just gonna take a little bit of ink and just draw vines as little leaves for you just to follow and mindlessly follow. That you don't have to think about a design yourself. It's just already there. You're just putting the thread in.
She starts doing that, just mindlessly stitching.
But it's all very silent. It's nothing like trying to make a big deal out of and showing the rest of the group that she's struggling with something. It's something that's just very small and personal to Sam.
So I'll chip away at the embroidery for the rest of the day.
Okay. Another quick bit of housekeeping. The last time I got a marching order from you guys, it was when Talia was still in the group. So just taking her out, it would be Brightwing and Sam. This is for, like, if you're walking. Brightwing and Sam in front, Faye and Nas in the middle, Eclipse in the back. Are you guys good to keep that? Okay. And then for the cart, Nas is driving up on the little front bench. Brightwing and Sam towards the front of the cart in the back. Faye towards the back of the back. The music blew up. Oh, there it is. And Eclipse, you are out on Crater. A long time ago, if I am not mistaken, you had a habit of doing like a sort of rotational trot thing. Do you want to keep some vestige of that up? I will say, given how long this journey is, and you would know this, adding too much extra exertion to what Crater will have to do could end up being pretty exhausting for him. But if you want to stay a little bit ahead at all times, sometimes go to the back, you could easily do something like that. So what would you want to do on Crater as you travel?
I think at that point we didn't have as many eyes on the road. So I think it's fine to just stay in the back and probably like scout side to side once in a while, but not go past like Melody and Rhapsody.
Okay. Okay. The day progresses with overall very little change in landscape for the most part. It is golden ground and bluish sky in every direction for as far as you can see. Until about mid-afternoon, Brightwing, you would see first a what looks like large fortress or outpost of some kind off the road up ahead. And as you then get a little bit closer after noticing it, which is from a long distance with your perception, you also begin to see that there are hundreds of figures milling about. From a very long distance, it's hard to make out the details of who, what, and what they're doing. But you can see from a very far distance that there is a massive collection of people here. About another half hour or so, and you get close enough to really make out what you're seeing. I will have Eclipse roll a history check.
Man. 22.
22. Okay. You, as you begin to see Brightwing taking notice of this and trot forward a little bit on Crater to take note of it as well, begin to make out many more details and actually recognize quite a lot. One, and this doesn't surprise you based off how long you've been traveling, you would actually know this is Eastfield Outpost, which is a major outpost for the Khaithian military between Ilmara and Hockholm. It guards the road from the east, which would be the Sildarian border, or at least one of the entry points from Sildari, and serves as like a middle ground for movements of the military, restocking, barracks, all that kind of stuff. And you see, what you would know with that role, it is not usually manned by more than maybe 100 people, soldiers, officers, all together. This looks like probably a couple thousand. And you recognize several different banners. It seems there is a large shift of military force that is currently either stationed here or moving through here.
Is it in the way? Like, do we have to pass through it to move on, or?
The outpost is off the road, off the main road by a little bit, but it's set up in such a way that it can easily guard and defend this road. So you'll certainly be moving through these people.
Okay. It's kind of a checkpoint without really being a checkpoint.
Yes, it very much.
Okay.
It kind of is a checkpoint with being a checkpoint, especially you would imagine in current
current purpose
atmosphere.
checkpoint.
Yeah.
Fuck.
As you guys continue to draw closer, unless you want to do anything.
Sam, you still look like Sandy, right?
No.
It's when we get closer to look like Sandy, but I'll pull
Okay.
up the hood.
Yeah, I'll probably kind of just go alongside, because we don't have a covered cart, right? It's just an open cart.
Nope.
Okay, so that's not great. You might need to be Sandy for a little while.
I didn't do that.
We're just on a fishing trip, right?
Yep.
They have the poles.
And that's
Mhm.
just
Somewhere.
a lot more people than usual
Okay,
out
I'll pull
here.
the fishing poles and tackle out of the bag of holding
Yeah.
and set the cooler out.
I don't see how you fish with pole, but
What do you use?
Didn't we know it in advance?
I will point out, Brightwing, you have actually seen this once before.
fishing
The
poles?
fishing. Yes, you and Nas went fishing pre-game.
Oh yeah.
We went fishing?
In your
Where
session
did we do that?
0.5.
Because you told me that you were pescatarian, so I caught you a fish.
Yep.
Damn. Imagine
I don't
not
remember that. That's
remembering that your
wild.
friend
Cool.
Yep.
fucking cares about your diet.
That was
That's
so
crazy.
wild. That's so long ago.
Yes.
That is a really
Years.
long time ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
You thought it was weird back then.
Yes.
You get it? It's weird
You
now.
probably didn't push him on it at the time because you were newly
Wow.
acquainted. Now things are different.
It just
Yeah,
seems so
just,
inefficient. It's just one at a time.
Well, that depends.
Right, if you use nets.
It's
That's
for
good, kind of like
relaxation, not
cheating.
necessarily for eating.
It's for the sport.
Also, you might get bigger fish using these.
Mm-hmm. You can get farther out into the water.
Regardless, that's too many damn people. So they might be a little more serious than usual.
They've probably seen us, so we probably can't skirt around.
No, we can just pass through, but just as a heads up,
Thank you.
and then I'll keep doing my usual shit.
Okay. How far in advance do you disguise yourself, Sam?
What was that? How far in advance?
Yes.
I'm gonna keep the hood up so when it happens it's less obvious.
Okay.
But maybe if people start to get within like 200 feet, then I'll just kind of like subtly, change into Sandy.
Okay. All right.
A little bit like more like outdoorsy. Like she's got like a little like the fishing tan from being outside, just a more tan around here.
Got the sunglass tan.
Sunglass tan.
Faye has that.
Maybe a
doesn't
little
tan.
dirt. Maybe a little
Tan.
dirt under the
True.
fingernails.
Sunburn.
True.
The parasol!
Yeah.
I
That's
have the
what the
parasol.
parasol's for.
Yes. That's why there's two.
With the herbalist kit now, I can make sunscreen.
Yo.
The burn days.
And
are
then the
over.
aloe vera for the
And then
after.
the aloe vera.
Yep.
The sunscreen doesn't
Correct.
work.
For when it doesn't
Correct.
work. For when the natural sunscreen doesn't work.
I mean, Brightwing could probably make like SPF 15. Faye needs SPF 150. So
No,
Mhm.
it's the reapply every 30 seconds.
So does Megan.
Yeah.
yeah, so does Megan. I
So
was waiting for
true.
that. Okay. You guys continue traveling forward. Eclipse, I assume, up with the cart
Yeah.
as you get closer. Okay.
Yeah.
As you get much closer, up to like the hundreds of feet kind of range. I will continue your history check and just your knowledge of this kind of stuff through your education, Eclipse. What you're seeing looks very much like a long-term, long-range mobilization that is making a pit stop. So you see the signs of travel and like many carts that are chock full of military gear. Currently at this moment, they are setting up to stay, but the way that everything is set up and the types of like vehicles you see, you get a strong sense that they're not coming here to set up a large field base around this outpost. They are taking a pit stop here before continuing in a certain direction. And go ahead.
I was gonna say, out of joking curiosity, or any of the banners that fucking not Minutemen, but like the gun people that were in Ilmar.
Roll a perception check.
Or the swords or anything like that. That would be interesting.
Oh.
Perception?
Yeah.
24?
That would be.
24.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sheesh! Okay, new Eclipse starting off hot. You make a broad scan and do not see any symbols of mercenary groups at all.
Okay.
What you do see is a number of symbols that you would connect to certain sections of the military.
Right.
And you can usually tell, like, oh, this is the kind of symbol of an arranged regiment or something like that, just based off how it is. And then there's different specifications to each symbol that say, this is the 43rd or whatever.
Okay.
You see a whole bunch that are all primary Khaithian army.
Okay.
Nothing mercenary, nothing Scarlet Swords, nothing out of just basic Kathian military.
Alright, cool.
Also, I will
Good
note, with your multiple good checks, you are traveling in from the west. You did not see signs, you did see signs of heavy movement that you are coming in the trail of.
Okay. So we're basically behind them, I can
It would
assume.
seem so.
Okay.
Before seeing this, it just seemed like the road had been busy. There'd been a lot of extra carts on the move and a lot of people walking for some reason. And maybe you connected it to the wartime situation, people trying to move around. But now with this additional context, you imagine you've been behind. No, stop it. Behind this mobilization.
Okay.
As you guys get much closer, you start to move through regiments. See all number of Kathian soldiers, every species, as they're called now, that you could imagine, all shapes and sizes, all different types of warriors. You see some that are clearly like pikemen, some that are archers, some that seem like more standard swordsmen.
Okay.
And eventually you reach a kind of a blocking point very close to the actual outpost itself. There's actually a bit of building that comes off of it and goes basically up towards the road, very much checkpoint-ish, like you mentioned. And you see a couple figures that are sort of shouting instruction, sending people different directions, and then checking stuff on the table, looking at a map. You see a very, very tall figure, looks to be a Goliath man, probably about 8 feet tall, bald on top, but with a thick braided dark beard. And you see what looks to be a Genasi woman, pale blue skin, very lithe build, very short white hair. And as you all move through, and you've been getting looks because you're clearly not part of the Kathian army, but no one's really made contact with you. They're all very busy doing their own stuff. But as you come forward, the Goliath looks towards you. Can I help you? Are you traveling through?
Yeah. On a fishing
Headed
trip.
a fishing trip. Curious. You're headed quite a bit east then, I imagine.
Well, we're trying to find the quiet spots.
Out of the country.
Kind of look at the cart. Look over. Is that a problem?
Things are a bit tense with Sildari. I don't know if you've heard. It's not necessarily incredibly safe to head out of the realm at this time. Especially for something like fishing. You may be better served heading to Viliad if you like ocean fishing, or perhaps to the south for rivers.
I'll look at Brightwing. Not in a you do anything, just in
Don't look at me.
we had a friend that was interested. So sorry, we've been kind of all over the place, didn't really make much contact.
Well, your business is yours. I'm not going to stop you. I just perhaps figured you should know.
Are there any hurdles that we'll have to worry about if we go out and try to come back?
Well, border security is heavily increased. If you have everything you need to transfer through without issue, then you shouldn't have a problem coming back. There may be some increased strictness on imports. Don't know if you intend to bring anything back. I don't imagine fish should be a problem. You know fish should be a problem. Looks over to the Air Genasi woman. Not that I know of. I think it's just fruits, vegetables, things like that.
It's always just fruits and vegetables.
Always fruits.
Why is
Fishes.
that?
Unless you...
Bugs.
Oh, man. I learned this in school once. Something about replanting things outside of where they belong causes problems for the ecosystem. I don't know. If you're
Oh,
bringing
that-
dead fish, it shouldn't be a problem.
No,
Can't
that
really
makes sense.
replant dead fish.
She gets it.
It's very, very. You have to make sure the environment is taken care of. I understand that very, very well.
They both give you like a head cocked, interesting. What is
Interesting that you
this
say that
person?
and you're gonna go kill fish.
Well, hey,
We didn't
sometimes
say we
the
were
fish,
killing
the
anything. We were
population
catch and
needs to be
release.
controlled. Listen,
Yeah.
or catch and release. That's
We
true,
never
too.
said what we were doing.
Well, I suppose you won't tell us where you're going, and I don't expect you to, but if you find yourselves near the Kothcrest Lake, maybe we'll have a bit of fish and butter, if we can find butter. Is that on the export-import? No?
I mean, we should be able to grab it on the way out, right?
Is
Probably.
there butter in Hockholm?
I imagine there would be butter in Hockholm, yes.
Well, if you're by the Kothcrest Lake, then stop by. We'll get you a fish as a thank you for giving us the heads up.
Roll
Nope.
a.
Mm-mm.
I will say.
Why would you invite them?
Now I'm fucking scared.
I don't know where they're going. I'm trying
That's
to
true.
seem personable.
This is not
No,
to
that's fine.
persuade them to come. This is just a general. Can you guys pull off the vibe? I will say roll a deception check.
Stop being personable. He's attracting
I-
attention.
Here's what I will say. I will say this is
I was
going to be a
trying so
group
hard.
deception check because everyone is essentially involved.
No.
I'm
Sam
staying
hasn't-
quiet.
Sam
I
has not
said what-
spoken.
I said the true. I said it was true. I didn't
So
lie.
true.
Yes,
I
but
said
you are
nothing
also
but true,
you are also participating in what is generally speaking a lot of untruth right
ruse.
now.
We
So
are
I will
intending
say-
to go fishing.
Yeah,
I will
I will say
fish
roll a
when we
group
get there.
deception check. Everybody can make it at advantage because you are all essentially
Oh,
aiding or
thank
helping each
fucking
other.
Lord.
hell, man.
Deception? I didn't even look at deception.
22.
Okay.
Why must I roll? They were both really bad rolls.
31.
31. Okay.
13.
Okay.
13.
15.
7.
Oh,
15 and
Okay,
7.
could have gone a lot
Oh, no.
worse. All things considered.
I wait. We weigh each other out.
Okay, yeah,
God.
that's
Can
a
this
pretty good
not
average.
be a stealth check? to
It's not an
stay
amazing
unsaid?
average, but it's a
Dude,
pretty good
when
average.
fucking no one's saying anything. I'm like, please, literally anyone else.
You are the most qualified person to talk to any military
What do you
personnel.
mean?
I think Brightwing's deception check is literally like she's like this the entire time. Like totally not chill. She's like
Oh Jesus. Okay. Anyways, players flustered. Characters locked in.
Sam, what is the
No.
what is the
No.
arrangement right now of your equipment?
The
Ooh.
if I saw them coming, I would have like tucked the sickles like under like my skirt or like a blanket that I'm sitting with. Those are definitely priority number one to keep away. I wasn't really thinking about anything else.
Okay.
So that's it.
Okay. And Faye, I imagine you don't keep the rapier on your hip while you're in the car. It's probably
It's
like
in the bag of
tucked somewhere.
holding 97% of the time. It's
Okay.
it's in my equipment because I needed something that
Yeah.
had a melee.
Very fair. Brightwing, you don't have any. Naz's
You have a dagger?
is in. Yeah,
Yeah,
not
but
visible.
Is it on you?
Naz's is in some other plane.
and a stick with feathers, Matt. I'm intimidating.
Yeah. So he will, after this sort of bit of conversation, he'll look specifically to you, Eclipse. And as he does, Brightwing, you start to hear what sounds like a bit of commotion coming off in the distance, like maybe a couple hundred yards up the road. Not enough to cause concern, and you see no reaction from them. But you, with your passive perception, hear it. The Goliath figure looks at you, Eclipse. You have served. You look like you're well outfitted for combat.
No, but you said the roads are dangerous. I just like to be prepared.
A personal guardian, then. Well, if you have any grander ambitions of some point, there is conflict brewing, and we are recruiting. Keep that in mind.
Well, we'll see how this fishing trip goes. I might be getting a new hobby. So.
He nods at you, kind of cracks a wry half smile, and just at that moment, you hear a distant, and then another one. And immediately the two figures, the two officers you're talking to, look up and then look around, on edge, alert. You may want to hold back for a moment. Kind of step forward, look down the road, and you see a horse rider sprinting up the road. Gets to you, and the officers, pulls up. There's an attack. Some sort of bandit group, or I'm not sure what. They're ravaging the 3rd Regiment to the south. We need to move. Both officers immediately start barking orders, grab 4 other regiments from one section. The one you immediately see the Air Genasi woman go over to a series of people with banners that have what, Eclipse, you would know to be archery regiments, start barking orders, and people start scattering in ordered fashion, but scattering.
Is the scout
What do you
still
guys
there?
do?
The guy that ran up?
Yes.
Like the one on the horse? Can I pull up next to them and just be like, did you see any like markings on the bandits, by the way? Do they have any symbols, anything like that?
They have masks. I'm not sure who they are.
Colors?
Yellow.
No, they're riding beasts. They're strange. I have to continue them.
Yeah,
He
no. Go.
gallops off.
My bad.
What are you guys doing?
Are we alone?
Just gonna.
Keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Just go. Keep
Okay.
moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not military. We're not. fit
Damn,
to
that
fight.
sounds like
We are
not my
civilians.
problem right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are not being
guys-
paid.
Start moving up eastward on the road.
Mhm.
Within 100, 200 feet, you start to see chaos breaking out off the road.
Oh, great.
Some close to it, people running across the road. There are soldiers everywhere. And then you start to pick up mainly Brightwing, probably Eclipse. You start to see flashes of other figures and see combat happening off the road by a decent amount. I will say anyone who wants to roll a perception check.
Everyone?
Yeah, if you want to.
16.
Don't see shit.
13.
It's a 7, but I think I'm more focused on the cart so that nobody comes by and just blindsides us than I am what else is going on. So.
Fair.
28.
Oh my heavens. 28. Brightwing, you scan what is happening, and it's becoming essentially a war zone mess everywhere. There's not a clear road ahead of you anymore. And what you see, what you begin to pick up flashes of, and you see the motions and movements and the way that attacks seem to be happening is very guerrilla, with a UER, not an OR.
Damn.
Gorilla.
There are flashes
There's
of
gorillas?
combat, and then it
Fascist
moves.
gorillas?
Oh, yes, fascist gorillas are attacking Kathos. What you
really
do
getting
see,
at it.
not gorillas, but you do see what seems to be dozens, maybe hundreds of mounted warriors attacking the Kathian soldiers that are gathered here. Some with bows, some with swords, and they are riding a creature that you recognize because you've seen it once before, but not that you've seen in this kind of situation before. It is a long, lithe, muscled, black, cat-like creature with
that's not
large
great.
tentacles
No,
coming up off of them.
That's
Damn.
not great.
They've tamed them.
They have a
Just like
kitty
button.
weapons everywhere. That's fucked up. That's
And
not
there
great.
are the sounds of combat at a level and a breadth that probably none of you have ever experienced. It is essentially breaking out into a small scale like battle.
Is
Or a
this
large
like,
scale battle by your
Mm-hmm.
measurement. Yes, Sam.
does this look like anything that I've seen in Sildari? Do they not normally ride fucking displacer beasts like this? Or does this seem like something
Roll-
else?
Roll a history check.
Oh, fucking amazing. 26.
26.
Yeah.
With a 26, you would know that there are mercenary groups in Sildari known specifically for taming and riding and battling with displacer beasts.
Okay,
And
so
with
this is-
Damn, that's
with
crazy.
that recognition and that knowledge, you see the garb of the figures on them. They all have this like almost wooden-looking mask over their faces, and generally, just based off vibe, armor, weaponry, it looks pretty Sildarian to you.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well,
What are you guys doing?
Damn, I wish I
The
could
war just
reasonably pick a
started,
side right
guys.
now. Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. Yep. We just
remember
keep
when we
on
said a war
moving.
was gonna start?
While we were gone, it started while we're leaving.
It's okay, we're
They're-
going fishing. Who
They're
cares?
in the continent, y'all.
Yeah.
That's a large
I'm-
group who have moved through the continent somehow.
I sort of
Unless
I
it's staged. Moving
They
on.
went through the mountains.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As Nas is trying to like
Crazy.
steer a way out, I'll try to point to him like if the road is becoming too hectic, I'll try to like point out spots to steer to as we try to hustle out of here.
Okay, I will say. Does anyone have proficiency in land vehicles?
Nope.
Wait,
No.
Wait.
Okay,
hang on.
then I will
Where-
just
What do you
say
think this is?
Where do I
Uh,
check that?
It's under
in your
tool
proficiencies in the
proficiency.
bottom
It's
left.
tool proficiency.
That's a proficiency. No,
yes,
Yeah, it
land
is.
vehicles, water vehicles,
Yeah, it
air
is.
vehicles.
Yeah.
And they offer you a forgery kit?
In this trying time.
I
So-
can make
Trying
I
time.
can make health potions now.
So
So
Excellent.
in
Doesn't help me steer the
tandem,
carts.
in tandem with what Sam's doing, can I be on whatever side of the cart looks the most busy? So like, can I be the wall between whatever the fuck would happen and the cart,
Okay, I will
and
say.
then just kind of like snake around each time, trying to stay that kind of defensive position.
Okay. I will say for you, roll an investigation check.
Okay.
For Sam, roll a survival check.
Survival! I got it roll
Matthew,
good.
Yes, Brightwing.
If I cast Wind Wall, could I cast it on the cart and it could move?
Windwall stays in one place.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
Matt, I lied about my deception
a
check
question,
earlier. It
Matt.
should be a 14.
You could do one little like boost maybe.
Just a question.
6, 14?
14.
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
Anybody have Leona's hut? Cast it.
Okay.
That also stays stationary.
That's true.
Sam,
On the thing you cast it on.
you kind of stand up at the front, try to start like picking out the areas to move through. There is no areas to pick out. It is such chaos that there is no clear path forward, and it looks like the combat is starting to spill onto the road. Eclipse, you are attempting to
can't.
move around, keeping
Yeah.
like a defensive perimeter, and for the same reasons, there's
Yeah, there's
too
just
much
no way.
perimeter and not enough you, and
Yeah.
things are going crazy. Are you going to try to just blow through? What are you going to try to do?
Can
Far as
I-
We can.
Can I use my mage hand to sort of like steer horses out of the path, like kind of like nudge them away from where we're going? Just like gently guiding them or spooking them to get them out of the way.
I will say that based off the chaos that the horses are currently undergoing, the horses that are running about, a little tiny hand that can move like 10 pounds is not going to do anything.
Just to graze them.
How about a very
Can I-
loud lion
You can
roar?
pet them.
Ooh.
I pet
Can
the
I-
horses.
I mean, there
Try
are
some-
panthers out there. That's crazy.
Do a fight.
Who's in our way?
Everybody.
Everyone.
Oh yes,
Is it like
everybody.
the battle, like the fray? Like
It-
everything.
Yes, everything. There are soldiers running across roads to join other battles. There are people running away from what seem to be attacks. There are people trying to set up like blockades against attacks. It's so chaotic that it's really hard to tell what is coming from where.
Okay, so a little bit down the road. Let me see what I got. Oh, okay, great. Is there? I'm gonna try to time it to where we get to an area that's like a little less visible and make it look. I'm gonna cast Major Image. A little bit further down the road, and it's gonna look like smoke or dust has like kicked up a little bit, but I want it to be in line of sight of the carriage, and I want it to look like as our cart rolls by, we roll through it, and it kind of sticks to us, and our cart would disperse the dust, but then we're all gonna look like the cart itself and inside is gonna look like terrified women and children are hiding inside, and see if that will help keep us, like, if we can appeal to anyone's humanity and say, let the pedestrians go free.
Getting big brain.
Okay.
So big brain.
No
Holy
goods, no
mackerel.
values, literally just helpless people.
Okay.
And if that doesn't work, we fireball them.
I will say roll.
We can't look pedestrian if we fireball them, right? That's not how that works.
Oh, I feel like at that point, like,
Roll-
Pedestrians can fight back. Holy
Roll
shit.
a persuasion check. Roll 2 persuasion checks and make one of them with disadvantage.
okay.
Ooh.
Okay, so the one for the Cathian soldiers, I'm assuming. Is that the regular one? You don't know?
Well, fuck.
That one is a 27
Okay.
Mhm.
with disadvantage. Is a 24.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. You guys see this cloud of dust kick up and you start heading into it. Honestly, maybe not even noticing that Faye made it and just thinking it was the result of combat, because there are clouds of dust pretty much everywhere. This is not out of place. But as you enter it, you come out the other side looking much different to everybody else. Immediately, the first like half dozen soldiers running past see you. Turn back! Turn back! Go to the fort! Take cover! What do you
I'm
do?
guessing we just keep going.
Well,
Keep
Eclipse is
going,
not.
just like screaming.
Eclipse is not in it.
Yeah, it's just me on the outside. So
Eclipse isn't in the major image?
Correct.
How big is it?
It's I can. It's like 20 feet.
I'd probably be in it, but it wouldn't make sense for me to be.
I
in it.
wouldn't have changed her though. It's a 20-foot
Okay.
cube.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe like not much of the horses, but like most of the wagon and the cart. So like we certainly have the height, but I don't know if we'd have the width to include Eclipse unless I like
Got it.
squared it off.
Yes,
I mean,
it
I
would
don't.
be
funny.
tough.
I don't need to be in it anyway. That's
Okay.
not the point.
So
Yeah.
the perspective is that Eclipse is
Escorting.
okay. You ignore these soldiers and keep waddling in your poor women and children forms.
I'm
Yep.
following your lead.
Okay. Every
Like we didn't hear them over the fighting. Like we just didn't
Yeah.
hear him.
Honestly, yeah.
at each
I'll
one
throw
that
in like some screams and like the sound of children crying and just like utter
Okay.
chaos coming from the cart itself.
okay.
Nothing. Chaos everywhere.
Any one or two soldiers that come and see you and say something don't stick around to make sure you do it. They clearly have other priorities. They go running off. But then another couple will come up and say something, and it's just this cycle. Every time a soldier who has a little bit of decency sees you, they shout
just
you
like-
to go back.
It's like a half nod and then a slight turn, but it's just adjusting course to then continue to snake.
Yeah.
Enough to sell it as if we are turning, but not
Okay.
actually turning.
It's like, oh, they're dumb. Oh God. Okay, they're dumb. All right. Well, all right. Deflect.
Yeah.
You then continue. You get about probably another 100 feet with this flurry of turn back and then they leave. Before up ahead of you, you see a battle in the road, scattered around the road. There are a couple hills off to either side, but it is a absolute shit show of combat in front of you. And at that moment, you see you now see very clearly these riders. One of them catches sight of Eclipse, who is armed and looks like military, if not in the same exact garb, and charges towards her.
Okay.
And I'm gonna need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh God.
We can
Frick.
fight.
We can fight.
Oh goodness. Okay.
My rules are not doing it today.
12.
Oh, whoops.
It's okay, guys. It's just a random battle encounter.
10.
God, we need
10.
And I'm not proficient in initiative rolls, I assume.
No, you are not.
That's a 7.
7.
Natural 2.
Okay.
Same. Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Faye.
I had a 12.
Wow.
I thought I
This is the
rolled
worst.
poorly.
This is the worst initiative you guys have ever rolled.
We're
Right, Link?
not fighters. We're civilians.
We're terrified women
Terrified
and children.
women and children.
19.
Okay.
Okay.
And Eclipse.
What was Brian's? How'd you get?
Nas is a 10.
Okay. I'm gonna take my d6.
Okay, very fair.
So 9.
9 total.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is without doubt the worst group initiative you guys have rolled in the entire
Really
campaign.
bad. To
Holy
be fair, we were the least prepared for whatever the fuck is happening.
Very true.
Yeah.
We just wanted to go fishing.
God damn it!
Fucking ruining our fishing trip, guys. It's Faye's birthday. Let's go.
Tomorrow, I think.
Tomorrow.
Face.
Ooh, that's actually a good question. Nope, it was yesterday.
Fuck.
Oh,
On
but
Faye's
that's
birthday.
when we found the thing.
Yeah.
Yes,
great.
it
You got
was.
so many birthday presents.
Yeah, we already did the birthday.
Including
It's not the day of.
violence.
Yes.
Violence.
I did great. I did get hit.
Okay, I am going to put you guys onto this battle map.
Oh lord, how big is it?
Yes.
It is.
It's a
road.
lot. Oh.
It's like
good
200
gracious.
squares by 200
I'm sorry, guys.
squares.
I'll look less military when we get out of here.
Yeah.
We need you to go like renegade.
We need you to look like a Meemaw.
I'm gonna put the hat on. Just give me a second.
Oh boy.
Jeepers.
Okay, you guys are
Boy,
up at the top.
Jesus
Ah!
Christ. What?
Who's our
Wait.
friend?
Where's the wagon?
Oh, they
Which way-
definitely look Sildarian.
Which way are we
Oh
going?
my god.
We're going north.
Are we
We're
going
going
east
south.
west?
No,
Oh, we're
You're
going
no.
down.
The sort of
We're
like
going
dirt
down.
We're going down.
in the middle,
We're going
north to
down.
south. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Is the road.
That is the road.
Yes.
Fuck. Alright, well. It's been a minute.
I know I have a cart for you guys. Oh, there it is. Look at that.
Oh my God, this is the sickest spell I've. This is awful. This is the worst spell I've ever heard. It's a new spell.
Huh?
What?
Y'all ever heard of Consume Mind? Oh God, look it
Yeah, it's
up.
fucked up.
Suffocate? It's rude.
That's awful.
It's pretty bad. What
Uh,
side was this guy coming from, Matt?
The one on the left.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there we
I'll
go.
just,
Good gracious. Okay, so Eclipse, you would be off to our left. The cart's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, right there. And you are currently on Crater.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is charging you.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else is in the cart, but looks like they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to
Honestly-
lay the groundwork for this, and then we will take a break.
Okay.
So you can go about this one of a few different ways. You can try to just bust your way through and get out the other side. If you do that, you imagine there are quite a few extra people who will die of Cathian origin. If you care about that or not is up to you. I will note this. For every soldier left alive at the end of either when you guys leave or this combat, there will be a boon of some kind, which I'm not going to tell you the specifics of. So it is up to you whether you attempt to protect anyone or save anyone or fight these things
have known
off.
that, Matt.
No, you don't. I'm just telling you, you still make your character's choices as far as what you would want to do in this situation. It looks like you're gonna have to fight through a mess of stuff regardless. It's just a question of how much you stay to fight. If and when, or for however long you guys stay here, I'm not gonna be running normal combat for all these things that are on the map. They will just be doing certain amounts of damage on their turns.
Okay.
Like, unless they attack you or you attack them, then stuff goes real. Okay. Also, somebody is going to be rolling to control the horses unless you guys stop them and get off. Because these are not combat horses.
No.
Crater is more well trained to handle crazy stuff, and he's been through a lot. But Melody and Rhapsody are not at all.
They're
So
like
that's the
definitely
freaking
saw
out.
last.
They're like
yes,
totally
correct.
freaking out right now.
That is the
They're,
context.
like,
We will take a
having
break.
time.
Okay. Top of the order. This set of figures charges up to you. Well, no, it would be there. And will attack you. In the meantime, you also see, and you're seeing this everywhere, but I'm going to go in order of initiative. These warriors, most of them with swords out, long swords, are hacking down into these soldiers, and then the displacer beasts that they're riding are also smashing into them with these tentacles. And off to the side of the map, yeah. Oh, no, hold on. I forgot to note one more thing of import. Actually,
What
I'll
side
just
of the
do it.
map?
Oops, the left side. Okay, really? There we go. One more thing of note. This is if Brightwing decides she wants to do anything, or anyone who can heal. Any of these soldiers who get taken out will have a round, and then when their turn comes up, they will die. But if they're bleeding out, quote unquote, they could be saved if you want to do anything about it. Each of these creatures that attacks slashes through, and the soldier on their back or the warrior on their back slashes through whoever they're attacking and takes them down. It is a bloodbath, and you already see several corpses strewn about of both sides. And then this one is going to attack you, Eclipse. So the warrior has advantage because he's mounted. Oh! You're also mounted. Well, the attack is against you, who is smaller than the mount. 18 to hit? Nope. Okay,
Well,
second. Yes.
Technically speaking, Ed, can I have my shield right now? Or no? Because I'm... I don't remember how much AC that adds, but...
It adds 2, unless it's a +1 shield. That is an interesting question. I will say that because you don't have any sort of, like, mounted combatant feat, that you need one hand on the reins and one on either your spear or your shield, I'll say it's your choice. But
then
I would
yes, it
assume...
is.
Okay.
Also, if they
second-
do have mounted combatant, Matt, it's specifically against unmounted creatures that they have advantage.
He would know.
Mm-hmm.
Cavalier, yo.
Interesting.
Chuck.
Well, the
Chuck.
stat block doesn't say that, but
You can keep
I
the 17,
will
it's fine.
take it because
That's fine.
that makes sense to me.
Mhm.
So this will not be an advantage. That one, oh, so that one, the lower number was lower than that. It was it was lower by 1. What did I say? 18. So 17.
Beats it.
Okay, so that one would still hit. For 6 slashing damage. Second attack, not at advantage. Terrible. 13 to hit.
Okay.
Third attack, terrible. 14 to hit.
No.
Oh, the struggles of Matt continue. Then the Displacer Beast will attack. 2 tentacles.
Jesus.
Oh
How
my
much
gosh,
is
I've
that?
rolled 6, 7, 6 on my last 3 rolls. And a 2! Why am I me?
It's gonna be the giant
Don't-
fight all over again.
don't touch my
Fucking
horse.
hell! Okay, that is
I'm
it for them.
manifesting it.
Brightwing, you are up.
Protection of Creator EX.
Okay.
Sick of your shit.
You see
I
that the
still
path
haven't-
ahead of you is like navigatable, maybe, but it's gonna be an issue or a question of getting the horses to go through past all of these terrifying predators.
Yeah. Okay. Love it. I haven't picked all my spells because I have so many to choose from. So, but I will play. I will cast the one that I have picked. I will summon something within me and give a prayer to the wilds of keeping as many people safe as I can, including my allies. And all of a sudden, you all feel woofed of energy, and 30 feet around us is an aura of life. And of note,
Okay.
Matt, this is to keep people up. I did not mean to cast it 3 times. Only once.
If an ally with 0 hit points starts its turn in the aura, that ally regains 1 hit point.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, and you are
And
concentrating.
they're resistant to necrotic damage. I don't know if Displacer Beats do necrotic damage, but
Yes.
they're resistant.
Okay, you are concentrating. Did you just make an aura off of her? No. I know how to do that. I totally know how to do that. Aura, 30-foot radius, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I
Nailed
will.
it. I'm balling.
Whoa.
And I
We
will.
can't see
Where
it,
is
but
it?
that's fair.
We can't see it because only she can see it as a controllable character.
Oh, really?
If you
I
give
can't-
It's
all
pretty,
of us control
though.
of each other's
Oh,
characters,
see.
you can all see it.
Wait, that's C.
It's pretty though.
Oh.
There.
Oh, there it is.
I found a C
Oh.
checkbox.
That must be new.
Okay.
Um,
Anything with your bonus?
Shift, please.
Okay. Yep, you were shifted. And I'm assuming you're
I-
staying in the cart.
For now, I'm staying in the cart. How many points, temporary hit points I get now? I forget.
17.
8.
Okay, you are shifted. The group of Kathian soldiers on the top left, the northwest side of the map, make attacks. So they will reduce the health of all these creatures by the amount that they do that. This one.
And
will
if
hit
Eddie's
this one,
necrotic, system or radiant.
and this one will hit this one. Okay. And then 2, 3, and 4 will all go. So 2 will strike down this person right in front of you. Oh, sorry, that's not right. This, just in case, which it very
Are
well
they
could
dead?
matter.
Dead?
They are not dead until their turn. Then they die. Unless they start their turn in something that regains them a hit point. This one knocked out. This one knocked out. This one knocked out.
Oh my god.
This
boy.
one knocked out. This one knocked out. And that is all the 2s and 3s. 4s also go. This one is knocked out. This one is knocked out. This one is knocked out.
This is hard.
Okay. That is it. You see carnage all over this battlefield. Faye, you are up. Naz, you're on deck.
So to be fair, we just got here, so it might have been going for a while before we got here.
Correct. You see a
Yeah.
bunch of carnage already there, and you see new
Yeah.
carnage being added. There's probably been about 2 or 3 minutes of fighting before you got here.
I am going to cast. Let me read my spell because they can't
Mhm.
see me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a creature I can see within range.
Nature image isn't concentration, right? It's just a do it.
It's concentration, so I'm being very careful.
Okay.
It's 10 minutes. I'm gonna get up on the front of the wagon
Okay.
and just say, can we have some space, please? And cast command.
Go!
This one. Well, for sure this one. Shit. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Damn! Wait,
And I
wait.
1
1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
Okay, got it.
on
the
the
displacer beast?
displacer beast.
Okay.
And I would like them to flee.
Yeah. Okay. And that is a what kind of save?
Believe command is wisdom.
Okay. So, top right. That would be a 5. Fail.
Mm-hmm.
C for command. Oh, I can't see it on him. Heck. We'll move him over here. There we go. C for command. Okay, below him. Oh my gosh. I have rolled a 7 or lower on like 8 straight rolls. Fail. Commanded. This one to the bottom left of him.
Yep.
6! What is going on? I've rolled so many 6s! Holy shit!
This is what happens when you let Matt hit you guys. You just have to let him have what he wants.
You're actually lying. Hold on. Is this dice loaded? Now I roll an 11 when it doesn't matter. Now a 3. Now a 5.
What's
Now
the
a
real one,
2.
Matt?
Okay, you're in jail. The real one was literally. I rolled 3 natural 6s on
Mhm.
those 4 rolls, and I think the other one was a 7 or something.
Incredible.
Okay, they're all commanded. Holy shit. Alrighty. Anything else on your turn, Faye?
As a bonus action, I'm just gonna say, I think they might run. Drive like hell, and I'll pat Nas on the shoulder and give him a bardic inspiration.
Okay. You have an inspiration, Nas, and you are up, assuming Faye is not moving.
So this guy that's right in front of us is obstructing our path, yeah?
You see 2 archers and a spearman in the road. One is fighting the displacer beast to the right, and the 2 archers are like aiming off in different directions back to you.
Okay. And they're in the way?
And yes, they are in you could like bowl them out of the way or yell at them as you go, and I will give them like a reaction move potentially if you get them to move. But I will note, and you would know this, you currently look like a bunch of women and children, so...
I did just verbally yell out, "Could you get out of the way, please?"
Yes, you did
It just
say that.
magically affected 4 creatures.
Yes, and the rest of you are still women and children. Which, I will just note, because you would know this, the weirdness of what these people are seeing is not lost on anyone. What do you want to do?
The bubble of life.
So, okay,
know.
help me
Is that
with
visible?
the movement. Do I have
Oh.
to use an action to move the cart?
No. What I will say is that the horses are like built into your character right now.
Okay.
So if you want to use your movement, you can use their movement instead.
Okay.
You're a cavalier again.
Let's try something stupid, guys. I'm gonna mind sliver this guy.
Okay. The rider.
The rider. That is an
Okay, what
intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
Intelligence.
Natural 20. There's a roll. Save, I assume.
Do I double down?
Double.
I'm going to double
Commit.
down.
Good answer.
I'm
Good
going
answer.
to quicken spell vortex warp on him.
Oh,
Mhm.
shit. Okay.
Con save.
It's a
I'm
charisma
gonna
save.
Minus
Oh.
one.
Oh,
Minus 1d4 from the minus.
No,
sliver.
he didn't. He didn't
No,
get
the
hit.
mind sliver
Never
didn't go
mind.
through. Okay, that's 8.
And he takes
where's
a D8
he
of damage.
going?
Yes, he does. Where is he going?
Go. I think it's 100.
7.
I didn't actually expect this to work, and the next
Seven
part
psychic
was even
damage.
more fun.
Okay.
So he's gonna go 120 feet that way.
Oh, shit!
What about 120 feet in the air?
He can't go in the
They
air.
can't. They have
He
to.
has to
Ah.
land
He has
on a
to be-
piece of
he has to be
ground.
on something.
Dang,
It's
That would
it's
be
100.
It would
It's
make it.
120 feet from me.
Oh.
So he'll go that extra bit.
Okay, so he's on the edge of the off the map,
Bye-bye.
basically.
He's off the map.
Okay, he's off the map.
And I am going to hand the
Holy
reins to Faye
Okay.
as a slipstream of energy opens up next to me, and I'll say, "Keep it straight," and I'll go through, and I'm going to pop out on top of the displacer beast.
Oh shit!
Take
Okay.
control. Take
With
control.
my astral shard.
Yeah. Okay.
Grab the reins.
Oh my gosh. Okay, first of all, take a heroic inspiration
Yeah.
because this is absurd.
So,
Whether or not it works is to be determined.
Mhm.
Okay, there is a saddle, so you can land in the saddle.
I will read the item just to make sure everything is kosher.
Yeah.
When you use a metamagic option on a spell while you are holding or wearing the shard, immediately after casting the spell, you can teleport to an unoccupied space you can see within 30 feet of you. Is a saddle an unoccupied space?
I will say, in this case, yes. It's like the space above the displacer beast, technically.
Okay.
So yes.
I'm going
Okay. What the fuck check is it to try to replace a creature without another creature noticing?
Is that
I
a
will
hand?
say
light of butt?
Sleight
sleight
of
of
butt.
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 Yes, I will say roll sleight of butt.
Is my butt Dexy?
Yeah, you see your
you.
normal sleight of hand, but it's with your butt. And by pure happenstance, you are pretty similar size and weight to the person who just left.
Okay.
Otherwise, I give you
We're about
disadvantage.
to Indiana Jones swap.
Mhm. Incredible.
Yeah.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
Okay. That is a 16. But I have a bardic inspiration, which I can add after I know if it's a success or a failure, right?
Okay, that's a success. You don't need to use it.
Okay.
Okay, so now you've used your bonus action. Wait, that happens automatically free action wise? Free action?
It's because I quicken spell my
It happens as part of
vortex
that.
ward. It happens as part of that.
Okay, so that's your bonus action and your action. You've used no movement. Do you want to now use your movement for the Displacer Beast movement?
Yeah, can I use its abilities?
It already took its turn.
Technically, I already
Yeah.
took its turn.
Yeah, that one did take its turn.
Yes, it has taken its turn. In fact, for that reason, I'll say you don't have its movement right now.
Okay,
But
Got it.
you are. It's currently its controlling rider.
got it.
When its turn comes up, you will have a chance to determine what it does. A
Cool.
chance.
Yep.
Okay, is that that's the end of your
So
turn?
you're saying
That's
there's a
the end of my
chance.
turn.
Holy shit.
Always
Okay.
say it's a chance.
The number 5s are gonna go. That is down here. So
50-50.
this one.
It works or it doesn't.
True.
I don't
Math.
think we're getting that boon, guys, but it's okay.
That one is down. This one is down. That is it for the 5s. Nope, there's one down here. This one is down. Eclipse, you are up. Sam, you'll be up after another in between.
Crazy.
This is real hard, y'all.
I don't know the plan.
Wait, is
I'm
it cure
also-
wounds? I don't have to touch anybody for cure wounds now?
You do. No, you still should.
I was like, damn,
Spare
that's
the
a
Dying has
hell of a
range, and
change.
Oh,
both,
Spare the Dying has range. Okay,
both
good to
Healing
know.
Word and cure Wounds do more healing now.
Oh, fucking time.
Okay.
We didn't short rest at any point,
Fuck a
right?
duck.
You have
From
not
the-
short rested.
Okay.
Also, I will note for you, Eclipse, that you would have, if you stay on him, you would have Crater's movement.
Yeah. The ideal
Which is-
option.
This isn't the same day as the.
The bullets. It is
The
the
No,
same
no,
day
bullets,
as
this
the
is-
bullets.
no, this is
we
the morning
slept.
after.
Okay.
Oh, is
60
it?
feet.
Yeah, we
It's the
slept.
morning after
there.
that. Yeah, you slept.
Oh, okay. I was like, I had action surge checked. Why the fuck did I have that checked?
Well, you may not have clicked long rest after the morning.
I know, but it's home. Anyways. That's a great question. Anyways.
Also a brand new character sheet.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I'm gonna unleash and stuff. One second.
mhm.
Let me see what
Okay.
happens when I click this button. A lot of shit just happened. Okay, that's cool.
When I click this button.
Push this anger button, huh?
Now, I'm just gonna...
angry button.
Cool. So I'm unleashed now, and I'm still dumbfounded by whatever the hell just happened over here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
A lot.
Power move.
Fucking hell. So these are allies, technically. They're Khaing
Yes.
soldiers. Okay.
Correct.
I'm gonna really quick look at Nas and be like, "You good?
Nope.
You want on?"
Nope.
All right.
Real.
How much movement does Crater have?
For 60 feet.
60 feet? Okay.
Mhm.
Can I grab this guy and move him? Just kind of like shivvy him on the other side.
Like move him out of the way of the cart.
Yeah, just kind of pick him up and move him across me.
Wow.
Which guy?
Just this guy in the front.
The archer right in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh.
I will say you're gonna make 2 checks here.
Okay.
One is a stealth check to get up on him before he realizes what is happening, so that you
Okay.
can move him without any struggle. Because he's not going to
Okay.
just let you pick him up,
Oh, of
even if
course
you do
not.
look kind of nice. The next one will be an athletic check. So roll a stealth check first.
Okay.
You have it with your
I'm
strength
going-
modifier now.
I'm going
That
to
is
make
correct.
that with a
'Cause
strength
you're mad.
modifier.
Advantage with your strength bonus
Mad.
and
Oh,
proficiency. 'cause I
hell
think
yeah.
You're
we're-
so
yeah.
angry.
Jeez. Thank you. Okay. Jesus Christ, I went on a journey. No, wait. 22 on the stealth.
Okay.
It's
Damn.
kind of crazy because
Yeah, you
Crater,
pull up.
which is
Nas. Roll an animal handling check to yank on the reins when this creature goes to lunge at Crater and Eclipse.
I've had so many animal handling checks lately.
Real.
19.
19 is enough.
Let's go.
Okay, you see
Hey.
as Eclipse, you
Ja.
begin to move Crater forward. You see this beast like pull up one of its tentacles, and then you see Nas yank on the reins, and it stops. And
Okay.
5, 10, 15. Now roll an
Yeah.
athletics check. Actually, this would be a grapple. So make an
Okay.
attack. Oh, well, it'll use an attack. You'll use an attack, and he makes a save. You have a +4 proficiency bonus?
For strength?
No,
Or-
proficiency bonus.
Oh, yes.
And your strength is 5?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a DC 17.
Would he have disadvantage because he's surprised?
Yes, he has no idea what's coming.
Ooh.
Oh, that was a natural 20 and a 2.
Uh,
So you grab him with one attack
okay.
by the scruff of his cape,
Yeah.
basically.
This sucks. I was gonna put him next to me. And he's gonna be closer to the thing at this point.
Stab it.
Okay, do I have enough movement to put him here? Like in front. So that way he's
Oh,
not
yeah, you
right
have-
next to what Nas
You
is
have
doing.
tons of movement, and Crater's movement is not lowered by carrying this
Okay.
guy.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, I'm just gonna put him right here. As long as his
Okay.
friend's not aiming.
So you grapple him successfully with your attack and his failed save. Now roll an
Mhm.
athletic check to one hand hold this guy in the air as you go 10 more feet and swing him around. This is not a particularly low DC, but you do have advantage.
Easy. Easy.
Bean?
Oh, it's a natural 20!
Let's
Oh, shit!
You
Okay.
fling him.
Yes, so you move
I'd like
10
to just
feet.
switch hands and then just not drop it.
It's like a
Behind
you,
the
like,
back.
You lift him
Yeah.
up so quickly with your strength that he like gets a little bit of air, and then you catch him on the other side and lower him
Yeah.
to the ground. He is baffled. He has no
that's
idea what
totally
just happened. He
fine.
looks super confused. Okay, so that is one attack and like 20 feet of movement.
Okay. I'm just gonna yell back at the cart, move! And I'm gonna probably stop. I'll stop right here just to keep this one at bay.
So you'll go over to here.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one's commanded.
Is it? Oh, okay.
True.
Well,
That's
I
fine.
guess technically I would have seen that, but I was really distracted. So
Oh.
it's fine.
Given how much you have fought with Faye, I would say that you
Right.
recognize the activation of her magic and like the daze in creatures' eyes when they're
Okay.
commanded.
So then how much further ahead could I get from where I was at right here?
So you were 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, another 35 feet.
Okay. Is there 35? Oh, geez, I'm gonna run into that guy. Okay, just for the sake of staying out of the way, I'm gonna go up to here.
Okay. And stop?
Yeah.
No extra attack?
No, because everything looks like it's gonna get the hell out of here, and I don't think I touch stuff when it does that.
'Kay.
So,
Okay. The soldiers down here in the bottom right are going to make their attacks. So this guy runs in. This guy takes that. Oh, not that.
Come on, guys. Gotta
That
help
much
us out here.
damage. And gets shot by this one as well.
to be fair, they gotta fight two things, and both of them suck.
And then this one steps back and will fire. So this one takes.
You're
I
not
have
great.
14 hit
damage.
points.
Listen,
Okay.
I don't want to fight that.
I don't want to fight it either.
Sam, you are up. You're seeing these soldiers like fighting back, but this, from what you've seen at this point, this guerrilla strike force, whatever it is, seems to outmatch most of these rank and file soldiers.
Quick question. Just to
Yes.
clarify, the teddy bear is only on the person holding the teddy bear. You can only cast Calm Emotions or Heroism.
You can cast the spell through the teddy bear.
Okay.
Hug the
So
teddy
you-
bear.
Whoever has the teddy bear can cast the spell.
Okay.
Damn, that's
Hold on,
crazy.
Let me double check.
Everybody needs to hug a teddy.
Everyone needs to hug a teddy.
The best time to hug a bear teddy.
It's
In the middle
Is
of
all
the
over.
war.
Is your
Um,
animals doing
Shit, horses aren't humanoids,
Mm-mm.
so they can't be affected by calm emotions.
Really?
I can.
I think we've
What?
done. got
Come
an
on.
update.
Yeah,
Does it say humanoids?
it says humanoid.
Gosh.
Then
I
no.
know.
I guess because that would make animal handling kind of mute at that
Mm.
point.
Mm,
Or animal
Yeah.
friendship. That's what it is.
There are specific spells that are similar
Yeah.
but for animals.
mm,
I mean, I have command and charm plants and animals.
Can you tell the plants to like do something about it?
I mean, I
Yeah.
could cast plant growth and the whole battlefield would be overgrown, but I feel like
Yo.
that might be
Hey, that worked for
detrimental.
us before.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we
but we
were
were trying to
through it.
run.
yeah, I think I'm gonna stick to
We
plan
were in
A.
We were in a confined area. I did think about it though.
danger zone.
So I'm gonna cast slow, and I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna cast slow.
Interesting.
try to yeah.
Are you gonna hit the same 4 that I commanded?
Well, I want them to move. I'll slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Max.
6. I'll slow the 4 riders of the command creatures.
Okay. Got it.
And then
what is
I get a bonus too.
a bonus?
Because it can be 6.
Oh, okay.
It's 6 creatures. I want to hit as many as I can. So I'll hit the 4 riders and then. I'll cast it on the riders. And then the 2 creatures, the 2 displacer beasts closest to us.
Okay, the number 2 and the number 1. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the save on slow?
Because it's through the stinking item, it's 15
Okay.
wisdom.
15 wisdom.
Let me double check.
Are they
16.
wise?
This is top right to bottom left. 22. Yep.
Is that his mount then?
No. I'm going through the 4 warriors first. Terrible. 8. So this one is slowed. Boop.
Okay.
24. Wow. Okay, so now my... Oh, wait, not this one. The third one. The third one is
So
slowed.
wisdom on the riders is pretty
And then
high.
against on the two displacer
That's
beasts
Mm-hmm.
coming out of jail because I need this dice.
Hey.
14. That's a fail.
It's a fail.
Okay. They are slowed and commanded,
Hey.
and worse. So this one is also slowed. Okay.
Hey.
Okay. Anything else?
I did. Nope.
All right. Stay in the cart.
Yep.
Okay. Soldier is going to do some damage.
Better.
This one takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. This one takes 2 hits. This one takes 1, 2, 3 hits. This one takes 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Ooh, he's looking... Nope, that's the wrong thing. This one takes 1. And then this one takes 1, 2, 3. And this one takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. You see the soldiers starting to fight back, doing the best they can. Oh, this one also takes 4. No,
You
1.
got it.
They're doing their
You can do
bestest.
it.
You can
Okay.
do it.
It is back to the top of the order. Number 1, we will resolve these attacks over here first. So this one will charge the guy right here. Oh, no, no, I keep doing that. Dead. Oh, also, this one died. This one died. This one died on his turn here. This one died on his turn here. This one died.
Those were all
This
ones?
one died.
Yeah.
No, these are from the turn that they just had. They were killed before anybody got over there. Number 2 is not
Wait,
gone.
wait. I thought you said they died on their turn. Like they died.
Yeah.
On
I
their
mean,
turn.
the high number of
those-
people got hit before they got their turns. So the ones far away have died. This
Damn it.
one, number 4, just got his turn. He pops back up to 1 hit point.
Hey, we got one.
Ooh. And this one does the same. You see 2 guys stabilize. Well, more than stabilize, technically. This guy dies. This guy did. Nope, this guy's not dead yet. Number 2s aren't dead yet. Okay. So this one will knock this one down. And then the last one is Naz's. Well, first of all, the guy all the way over on the right, super confused. You see him basically, well, off the map, pull out a longbow. He has no idea what just happened and fire at this guy, which is going to do far less damage than it would be with the full situation. Okay. And then his mount is yours. So roll another animal handling check. I will say advantage with your because of your first success to control this one's movement if you want to.
Natural 20 on the second one.
Let's
Holy
go.
shit.
Let's
Okay,
Turn me
you
around.
have
Turn me
driven enough
around.
horses over the past several months to figure out how to control this thing. It still thinks its rider is atop it. What do you want to do with its 40 feet of movement? Getting it to attack its own kind is going to be much more difficult. You would expect that.
Okay.
But you can control its movement.
Well, controlling its movement is still something. I'm going to have it, like, jump over this guy.
Okay.
Like, just to kind of cut it as close to him, without attacking him, obviously, but I'm trying to throw him off. And then cut this way.
Okay. So you end up here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That'll be him, I guess.
Okay. That's his movement, and he's not going to attack anything. All right. Brightwing, you're up.
Can I move the
Yes.
cart?
You could take the reins from Faye. Currently, Faye has the reins.
Okay, I'm gonna take the reins and move the cart.
Okay. So this will be the horse's movement. You guys can't pass the reins. Basically, the horses have 1 move per round.
Okay,
But you take the reins.
yeah.
What are you doing?
Go forward, please.
Incredible!
I can't
Okay.
move the cart.
Roll an animal handling check with disadvantage because of the situation.
I won't even do that.
Oh?
And I will use a channel divinity to charm plants and animals.
Okay. Interesting. What does
Oh.
that do exactly?
But that's an action. I don't want to use an action. Oh no! It's fine.
Yeah.
I can still do my thing. Yes. I As an action, you can use your channel Benny to present your holy channel charm. 1 minute each beast or plant creature that you see within 30 feet if it fails a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, this is on the horses? Your horses?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They're willing creatures.
Okay.
They're like me.
Yeah, this is what
We
so
talk
this is a
all
little
the
bit
time.
this is a little bit bendy, but here's what I'm going to say is going to happen. So normally what this would do is make them friendly to you, which they already are. What I'm going to say is that in this case, and normally they would make a save, but because they're friendly, they're not going to try to make the save. What it will instead do is you're going to attempt to basically put divine blinders on them.
Yeah.
To calm and focus on the task at hand.
That's what I wanted.
I will have you roll your wisdom plus proficiency to make this work.
A wisdom check?
So +9. Yeah, wisdom check with your proficiency is a +9.
I rolled a natural 19.
Holy mackerel, you guys are rolling like crazy.
Yes!
Okay. So you send out this wave of natural unity energy from the wild, and both the horses that have been, like, you can tell are super agitated and concerned, sort of lock in, look back to you briefly, and then lock in. And what do you want to do?
Move forward.
Okay. So you use their 60 feet.
Wow.
Pick up everybody here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. You get right up next to this displacer beast, but don't move in and out of the range of anybody else before this happens.
I would like to use as my bonus action mass healing word.
Oh! Okay.
And get as many people in 60 feet, 6 people in 60 feet of me that are down.
Okay, 60 feet. Yeah. Hold that, please. How many people can you do? Up to?
6.
Okay. So someone send out that 60-foot radius. Okay. So roll your healing.
It's from Brightwing.
Yeah, it's from Brightwing.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta get to mass healing, sorry.
Oh, Brightwing's not technically on a space. That's what the problem is here. Let me see if I can... there we go. All right, now make it from Brightwing. There we go.
I'll do it at 4th level.
Sheesh!
I'm gonna save these people's ass.
Okay, there it is.
That works. Yeah.
I need D4s!
Whose is this, and why do they keep moving it?
You're a
Anneka, if it's
D4.
you and you're talking, you're muted. This is
It's
2d4 plus...
It's because one's diagonal and the other one is not.
exactly.
Use
That's the
you.
Oh, that's interesting.
'Cause if
It's
it's
How
60
odd.
here, it's all the way out here. But if it's 60
3D
here, it's-
Wait,
Four.
that's so weird.
Roll 20, get it together. What?
I think a lot of the people are on the right hand side.
Oh, that's good.
Just do it at the diagonal, because it will hit at diagonals. That's how the D&D works.
14 hit points.
Damn! Okay, hold it right there. So,
Yeah.
this one is up to 14 and no longer unconscious. This one is up to 14
Hey.
and no longer unconscious.
Oh yeah, I guess because if they're conscious when we leave, that's really the point.
This one is up to 14 and no longer unconscious. That's 3 so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
This one's up to 14, no longer unconscious. This one's up to 14, no longer unconscious. And one more. You pick between these bottom right two. Or the top right one.
Top right one.
Yeah, there's
I
I
one
thought that
up
was
here.
a bad guy.
No,
No,
that's an archer.
next to the bad guy.
The gray
There's
ones are
one
archers.
there.
The white ones are soldiers.
There's
and then
one
the
here,
Oh,
there's one
the
here.
gray guys are good guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Those
Oh,
are
bro,
archers.
I was
That's
about
the guy
to
I
take
picked
people
up.
out.
No. No. That's why I picked him up instead of fucking shanked him.
So top
Okay.
right, far right, or bottom right?
Ew.
The top right is one you're leaving behind, if that matters at all. The other two are more ahead
Yeah,
of you.
you know what? Yeah, let's get that guy.
Okay, top right is up to 14 and no longer unconscious. Wow. Okay. And anything else on your turn?
Maybe. I don't know.
You've had action, movement, bonus action.
Let me check.
And then tell me what this looks like when you're done checking.
Oh, we're halfway there.
Oh.
Matthew.
I also did not send this guy running. Yes.
Just for my future thing, if any creature within 30 feet of me takes any sort of element damage, can you let me know? I can give them resistance. I just don't know what kind of
Okay.
damage they're doing. I don't know if they're doing any element damage.
20. Okay.
Um,
It doesn't leave the space. Okay. What do you got?
I think that's all I can do.
Okay, and what does this look like?
Why did I gotta use it?
Also, Anneka, slow means they get one attack. Is that right? They can't multi-attack? Okay.
One attack, one action. I'll read it to you. Speed is halved. -2 to AC and Dex saves. Cannot take reactions. You can either take an action or a bonus action, not both. And it can only take one attack per attack action.
Okay. Got it.
And if it casts a spell with a somatic component, there's a 25% chance the spell fails as a result of the target making the spell's gestures too slowly.
Damn.
Yeah. And
Right,
they can make the save at the end of the turn.
Okay.
So already the aura of life that's around us, which I think is that kind of turquoise, teal, blue, sea green color, but in a kind of
True.
like mesmerizing, kind of like mirage, like oil slick,
Mm-hmm.
that like
Rainbowish, iridescent.
rainbowish, iridescent kind of thing. I think Brightwing slams her staff into like just in front of her, and it just bushes out and then just gets as many people with a heal.
Okay.
It just
Roll a wisdom check.
okay.
Because they also still can't be
Plus-
seen doing this.
23.
23. Okay. You see all the soldiers around who see this happen, the ones who weren't unconscious, the ones who were conscious just come to consciousness, which is great for them. All the rest of them look towards this group of shuffling old ladies and kids with like this half look of amusement for a second, and then just turn to fight with renewed vigor. You assume they think they're being blessed by some boon of the gods, which technically they are. They don't know where that just came from. Okay. That's it for your turn? Yeah, that was everything, right? Action, bonus, movement. Okay. The guys up here are going to hit this guy for that much damage. He's starting to get worn down. And this guy for that much damage.
Are these our team?
These are the soldiers,
This
yeah, fighting back.
idiot?
And then, now the number 2s will go. So this guy and this guy are going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. Way off the map! Well, actually, they're slowed, so not way off the map.
Just the displacer beast.
To the edge of the map.
Do those guys get opportunity
The
attacks?
rider.
But they would use their action to dash. I
Yes,
told them to
and-
flee.
Yes, that's correct. So this one and this one will get opportunity attacks. Let me
Okay.
bring them back so I can do the damage to them.
I was like, it's just the rider that slowed the displacer beast. Don't give a shit.
Well, I think she slowed those 2 displacer beasts
Yeah.
as well.
Did
Correct.
Half of them also got slowed.
Okay. They are to the edge. Then this guy will confusedly fire an arrow off, but not 2 arrows technically. Not enough to kill this guy. Okay, this one will attack and knock this guy down. And then this one's gonna run and take a shit ton of attacks of opportunity. 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And then another with its action. Off the map will take 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks of opportunity. Jeez. This is rough. Okay, and then this one is also commanded. And he's surrounded. So 5, 10, 15.
I get an opportunity attack?
20.
Oh
Yes, you, Eclipse, and 3 other dudes get an attack of opportunity.
Damn.
And
That's
5,
crazy.
10, 15,
What
20.
spells? What can I
Give
do?
inflict wounds.
I don't know.
Nas, you would also get one, and I will have you roll... Just for fun, I will have you roll an animal handling check. It is going to be a massively high DC that you might not even be able to hit to get this thing to swing at its friend, but go for it just in case.
You have a bardic inspiration.
That's true.
It's a
I have
9
Okay, no.
on that one.
That is a fail if you want to use your inspiration, but...
No, I'm not going to use it on that.
Okay,
Can
so Eclipse, Brightwing, and 3 guys make attacks of opportunity.
It doesn't have to be touch. It just has to focus on
It
it.
has to
It
only
just has to be
target them.
A
It has
spell
to
that
only
targets the
affect
creature
them.
that leaves your range.
Can I cast Guiding Bolt?
Yeah,
Because it only
as
targets
it
them.
leaves. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll cast a first level Guiding Bolt at it.
Okay, so this guy's gonna take down to that. Okay, first level guiding bolt at the rider.
Second level Guiding Bolt.
Second level at the rider.
Yeah.
Okay, and Nas and Eclipse.
Oh, I get an attack also?
Yeah, but it ran by you and it ran out of Eclipse as well.
I have my spear out, right?
How does
Yeah.
the Guiding Bolt work?
Yeah, you chose spear over shield, so you have your spear.
Right. Okay.
3D.
25?
Damn, that hits.
Make a
18?
spell attack.
He's not even gonna parry because it won't matter.
9.
Does
9.
I'm
a
using a
what
dagger.
hit?
Okay. Ah.
Does a 19
Okay.
hit?
A 19 hits, yes.
There's an 18?
5,
An 18 hits.
3, 4. I don't have a 5. I need D6s.
Who uses those?
Just barely
14
me.
damage.
14 damage.
5, 9, 11, 15, 18,
Wait a second.
22.
22?
Hey, Matt.
Holy cow. Okay.
Plus. Oh, no. Not plus.
Oh.
Just 5d6.
Okay.
Can I inflict topple on him?
Yes, if you hit with your spear, yes, you can.
I did.
I did.
Okay, this is interesting. If you topple him, he will be knocked off, which means technically Nas won't get his attack.
Okay, I'll leave it then. I
But
just
it's up to you.
No. wanted to
please
know if
do
that-
it.
Hey,
Yeah,
Oh
please
no,
do
that's
it.
incredible.
Yeah, do your thing.
Could
yeah,
Nas hit
I'll
the
try.
Displacer Beast instead.
Yes, that's true. Nas would hit the Displacer Beast.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so what's the save?
Oh god, it's
It should say it on the topple, I believe.
It says DC 8+4 plus ability used to make the attack so strength.
That's a natural 3, so that's gonna be a fail. So he is on the ground right here. He falls off this thing and hits the side of this mountain, so I'm gonna give him a d6 of fall damage. Or not
Oh,
mountain,
shit.
but rocky hill. Okay.
Slammed.
But he doesn't take the 9 from Nas, so he takes... Okay. He looks rough. And then this Displacer Beast will take the damage from Nas. Which was 9, correct?
9, yeah.
Okay.
It's still fleeing with its.
It is fleeing. Yeah,
action?
it's fleeing
Okay.
without its master. Okay, that is its turn. This one will go and knock down this guy.
No, he's commanded too, isn't he?
No. Well, let me double check. No. The
Oh.
commanded one is off the map to the right, off the map to the right,
Yeah.
off the map to the left, and then this one right here is in a mess of other baddies.
Okay.
So this one should be.
Yeah, that one's commanded as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Okay. The other 3s and 4s. This one just ran with his turn. This one will hit this guy. Okay, really? And this one will hit this guy, knock him down. And this one will hit this guy, knock him down. And this one will hit this guy, knock him down. That is it. Okay. Faye, you are up. Nas is on deck.
Okay. There's literally 2 bad people within 30 feet of me,
Mhm.
right?
Looks correct.
I will, now that I have my hands free, pull out the lute and very quietly go bing, 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 and their eyes will flash, and I'm gonna cast
Yo!
blindness on both of the riders.
Yo! Okay, what's the save?
Well, one's gonna be Constitution. The one down here is gonna be Charisma.
Okay,
Okay.
con save for the guy in the top right.
Blinded by the light.
That's very good. That's a 22.
Mm-mm.
Does anything happen if he saves? Or does
I
the
think
saver
it's-
suck?
I think it's Saber Suck.
Okay, bottom left. That's 14.
Nope.
Okay, he is blinded. Blinded by the light. Jeez. Okay, and just so I am aware, he has disadvantage on attacks, and attacks against him have advantage, correct?
I don't get the blinded condition in the description.
What does it say?
It says they're blinded. I don't get a
No.
description of the condition.
Huh? Oh,
What do you
or it
mean,
has
Matt?
the blinded or deafened condition.
It
Oh,
is the blinded
you mean you
condition.
don't? Yeah.
I don't.
Okay. You don't. I see what
You're
you're saying.
supposed to tell
Okay.
me what that means.
Yeah. Okay. They
Automatically
can't
fail
see and
ability
automatically
check.
fail any ability check that requires sight, and affected attack rolls against them have advantage, and their attack rolls have disadvantage. Okay. Okay. Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, I'll throw. No, I can't. That's a spell. It's a bonus actions. I will inspire Brightwing. I know you can't save them all, but I appreciate you trying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right when you have an inspiration.
Yeah.
And that's your turn?
Yeah.
Nas, you are up. Eclipse, you'll be up shortly after.
Is there any world where I can do this high enough to where it doesn't hit the friendly guy?
What?
The guy
Oh,
that's
like
in the
high
top
enough in the
left?
air.
Like it's a radius. Is there any world where I can hit the two? I'm looking to hit the 2 riders and then also the displacer beast on the top right. That's my goal. Is there any world where that can happen? How
It
big
is
are
a
these
10-foot radius sphere.
10-foot radius sphere. I don't care if I hit the displacer beasts also that the riders are on, but my prime target is the 2 riders on the bottom left.
You would not be able to hit the top right displacer beast without also hitting the soldier.
I just want the 2 riders. So what's gonna happen is I'm going to use my bonus action to trigger innate sorcery. And there will be this gray,
Okay.
blue, crackling energy that begins to surface on Yasnip's skin, almost like small sparks of lightning going through veins, just dashing across the surface of his skin. So my spell save DC is increased by 1. And I'm
Okay.
gonna cast Shatter on those 2 riders.
Okay. Well, Shatter is a radius. It doesn't have a number of creatures that can be affected, does it?
Correct.
So the mounts would also get hit.
I don't want to hit the mounts.
Oh, you don't want to hit the mounts. Okay, so you're gonna hit the guys up top. The sphere is in the air. I see.
Yep.
Okay, what's the save?
On 15.
Top left. Natural 20.
Oh,
He still
man.
takes something.
He still takes
Something.
damage, which is the important part.
Natural 20.
Oh man.
Holy shit.
The damage wasn't the purpose.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
So they both take half damage. 15.
Mhm.
Unless the net
So
20 doesn't-
19 reduced to 9.
Damn.
And they're both thrusted 10 feet away.
Oh shit.
Let's
Oops,
go.
that's not what I wanted to do at all. Uh,
I would think it's from the point of origin. I'll leave that up to you.
oh my gosh, because they take thunder damage. Holy shit. Okay.
I
So
lied.
are you
That can't
are you
happen. No, I'm sorry. That can't happen. Rule thing. I would have had to have manifested power.
That is true. Have you had a
So-
free bonus action to do that yet or no?
Well, for this round, just to get the order in, and if you won't allow it, that's fine. Manifesting power instead of innate sorcery.
So the save DC goes down 1.
Save
But
DC
it
goes
didn't
down
matter.
1.
Okay,
it
yeah, I'll
didn't
allow that. That's
Okay.
fine.
So I'll do that.
New powers who dis. Okay, so and you're putting it. I'm assuming you're like putting it between them in the air so that it launches them off.
Yes.
Okay, so
Is the-
5, 10, 5, 10. Both of them will take a D6 because they are slammed to the ground by this. 6 and 1.
And that's my turn.
Okay. All kinds of things demounted here. All right. Okay. It is the bad guys number 5's turn. So they will knock this guy down. And knock this guy down. And knock this guy down. And then it is Eclipse's turn. Eclipse, you were up.
So this guy's blinded. And this guy's dealing with some stuff.
Yeah, surrounded.
I guess second verse same as the first. I'm gonna try to hit this rider on top. If
Okay.
I can get there.
Yeah,
How
5.
much is-
This guy's prone, so he makes a... Oh, he can't even hit... You're going to try to hit Crater with disadvantage.
What a bitch.
No. That's a... Actually, that's a 13. What is... Let's check Crater's AC. 11. So this would hit Crater.
Hold the fuck on. No, it's not.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's what I figured.
What does he try to do? What is this shenaniganry?
The guy that you knocked off that's on the ground is swinging.
Yeah,
out with
but
his
like, how
sword
much
at
fucking
Crater's
damage is
ankles.
this bitch trying for?
He's
trying
rolled
for
12
nothing.
damage. 12
12
damage to try to
damage?
hit Crater. Yep. He rolled max damage.
He loses 7 of it. Get the fuck away from my horse.
Okay.
Intercept. Get away.
Okay.
Fucking
There is
touch my
a slight
horse.
slash to Crater's thigh. You hear a whinny, but he's strong and been through battle before. He
I'm
continues
gonna
forward.
absolutely come back and stab that man. Anyways, I forgot he was there.
Mhm. 5. Wait, do you actually want to stop and go back and stab him?
Honestly, yeah, fuck that guy.
Okay, you stop.
messing
As he
around.
slashes out, you turn back.
Fucking hit him.
You have advantage because he's prone.
Oh, fantastic. Absolutely fuck. That's 23 to hit him.
That will hit. Parry will do
What
nothing.
the hell do you think you are? In bitch.
Activated. Mama cat.
He takes 12 damage. Fuck him.
Okay. He does not have any time to regret his decision,
Good.
as the slash against Crater immediately results in you whirling around, slamming your spear down through his chest, and he dies. Okay, now you have still
Yeah. Now we're gonna go try to hit
45
that
feet
guy.
of movement. Okay. 15, 20, 25. Easily get there, and you have another attack.
Okay. That's a natural one. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. What? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Faye
I
gets
got
something
you.
back.
Hey.
Man, for the sake of being that person, we're gonna action surge and we're gonna try again.
Okay. Oh, wait! You can still action surge, but
Uh-oh.
he's blinded, which means you have advantage.
Yes.
So roll another die for that first attack.
Yes. I fucking. Okay, the first one was a 10. I don't know what the other one was because it rolled into the non-existence.
Well, you only have one extra die. This is for the first attack.
No, I know. The
So that-
first one was a 10. The second one I didn't see because it rolled into something and I knocked it over. But the second one was a 2. So
10 plus
so 20 to hit.
20 to hit. Parry will not do it. Okay, so
Okay.
on the first attack that you missed with, he is hit. Roll damage.
Okay.
I will recharge
his
my
ass.
inspiration.
Oh, I see. what
Yeah,
you mean.
recharge. Take away your inspiration.
Re-
'cause you
yes,
didn't
yes.
roll a natural
Okay.
one.
Got it.
Not recharge,
Wait,
but
hang on. Let me do this right. Oh, I see what you mean. All right, my bad. We're here.
Mhm,
We got
mhm,
it.
mhm.
All right, so 10 damage on the first one to hit him before the action
Yep.
starts.
And he makes a save.
Yes. To topple him.
14.
8 plus.
It
4
should
is
say the
12.
DC somewhere, like if you
It
click the
doesn't.
weapon or
For some
doesn't.
fucking dumb reason.
Doo-doo. Okay, well 8 plus 5 plus 4 is 17, so that's a fail.
Okay.
So he is on the ground. He takes another d6 of damage.
Okay.
Okay, now
And he
you
falls
can
off
action
over
surge
there,
if you
right?
want. Yeah, he's on the ground. Now,
Oh,
do you want
what?
to action surge? Hello, Leah.
My nail broke and the internet went out in the span of 1 minute.
Oh no!
It's okay, not a lot has happened, I promise.
Eclipse is bodying fools. Some people are blind.
No,
Okay,
nothing has
okay,
happened.
okay.
I don't know when you left. Nas knocked 2 people off their mounts.
Good job, Nas. I think I was there for that.
Man, I don't fucking know. I don't want to take sides out here, but these people are gonna mess with my horse. Man,
we do not stand for that.
no, I will keep the action surge then because I
Okay.
might need it later.
Do you want to use
Um,
your remaining 20 feet of movement? Or 15 feet of movement?
If I can. Hold on. Where's the magical little thing I have now? Give it to me. Okay.
Sam, you'll be up shortly.
I would, Matt. I would like to second wind before I do, so they can't
Ooh,
hurt
okay.
me.
So you get 30 more
Wait.
feet of movement.
Yes, because I haven't bonus actioned anything. Right? Yeah. We're fine.
No, you have not.
Hooray!
So you have 45 feet of movement that are opportunity attackless.
Yeah. And I get 9 HP back.
Nice. Where are you going?
I guess this is so fucked. Okay, that guy's very distracted. This guy's not gonna be distracted for as long. How much more feet do I have? My bad. 30 something. Oh, I know what to do. How much was it, Matt? How much more do I have?
45 total.
45? Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah, you get half the speed, which is currently Crater's speed.
I'm gonna go over here and block this guy.
Okay. Got it. And that ends your turn?
Yes.
Okay.
That seems great.
Okay. This guy, bottom right group, is going to attack the attackers. So this one will go down. go down. This one will go down. You're starting to see the warriors riding taking a good amount of damage here. Okay, that's them. Sam, you're up.
I'm up. Okay. Is this guy how are allies working in this situation? Would I technically have sneak attack against him because we're kind of allying with
I will say,
Kathos?
given the nature of what you guys have done so far, which has included healing them and buffing or debuffing the enemies, the attackers, that yes, Kathian soldiers would count as allies.
Okay, so I will shoot this guy.
Okay, go for it. With sneak attack. Also,
He can't see you.
yes, he
No, he's
cannot
not-
see you.
Doesn't matter.
That's right.
So I will say you have advantage on this.
Thank God. I need to roll better. That's
He thinks that
slightly
there's a bunch
better.
of old ladies and kids right here.
Uh-huh.
That's true. So that's 18 to hit.
That hits.
Wonderful. How many? Oh boy. Okay. There's 5d6. I'm gonna spend a d6 to trip him.
Okay. Oh shit.
So he falls off. Doesn't he-
Damn, that's great.
I don't remember if there's
Wow.
a save for it. Let me see.
It should say in your roguish stuff, I believe.
In my
Oh, is that one of your new sneak attack features?
It is.
Yes.
Wow. You can sacrifice
Damn.
damage for
Ah!
effects.
Okay, DC
Wow.
17 dex.
Okay. Wow, I'm rolling so much better for these guys now.
You're saving against
that
all of my
is-
stuff, Matt.
That is
Isn't
an
that great?
18.
Fuck you. He doesn't trip.
Sorry, it is a 21.
You didn't have to raise it. He already succeeded. That's 16 points of damage.
Okay.
Piercing.
Ouch. Okay, anything else on your turn?
I have one thing I can do around, Matt.
Okay.
That's it.
The soldiers all over the map are going to attack. I am going to adjust health as needed if you guys do anything to the ones who are remaining. So we're going to pass through these soldiers' turns. Oh, but I need to go through and see who survives. So this one comes back up at 1 HP.
Hey.
This one is just outside, so he does not. Just to be clear, it is allies or creatures you choose, Brightwing?
Allies.
Okay, so that guy dies. Then this one dies. This one dies. This one is re-knocked down, so he dies, but it saved the other guy. This one dies. The twos die.
Yeah.
This one dies. This one
Bro!
dies.
That's
And
so
this one
many.
dies.
That's everybody, Matt.
It's a lot of people. Okay.
Why are
Uh,
we, like heavily unbalanced?
Okay, the
Interesting.
number ones are up. Nas, you control number one. What do you want to do with it?
My God.
God damn it. We're gonna have it run. We'll try to get it to attack its own guy. No, yeah, let's do it. Have him run this way. Try to
Okay.
attack this guy. Preferably,
roll
like
for it.
jump and take him off if I can get him to do that.
Okay.
In animal handling, right?
Yep.
Matt, how could they die?
Fucking
It wasn't
natural
a full
20.
round.
Oh my
God,
Let's
go, Nas!
Full 20.
Let's
Wait,
fucking
Matt,
go!
how did they die? It wasn't a full round. They
Because they're in
On
the
their
initiative
turn.
order, they are higher. Yeah, so on their turn is when they die.
So if they get
Even though
knocked
they
down
took the
second
damage
before their
in this turn?
it's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't save them if they.
You can't
That's-
save. You can't
I
save...
know I can't save everybody, but that's basically
Well,
so dumb.
you
Matt.
also can't save a lot of people by just rushing through and healing.
I know.
If you were drawing
but that didn't give me
enemies,
any time to pull anything.
the ones who just died, no, but there are many more left.
Many.
Nas, you rolled a 21.
A natural 20.
Okay, a 21 fails.
As a natural
You can use your inspiration.
With a natural 20?
It's
Yeah,
not
it's not an attack.
Crit success. It's not a crit
Got it.
success.
Got it.
It's a 4. 25.
25. That is the DC.
What?
Holy shit. Okay, so you're getting it to attack the rider.
Yeah. Rip 'em
Okay.
off, Ken.
Make 2 attacks with +7 to hit.
It's not going to be Naz's die. Nas, you're Nas tonight. This is the.
You
15. Oh yeah, I can
Fifth.
shot it on.
15
on the first.
15 hits, he will parry, so it does not hit.
Okay.
His parry's gone.
Straw die 17.
That hits.
Okay, you tell me.
2d6 +4.
11.
Okay. He takes 11 damage.
And he's just gonna run away a little bit. We're gonna go down to this side. I think I got 10
Okay.
feet left.
This guy is super confused about what is happening.
Mhm.
Okay, Brightwing, you are up.
Fine. Let's just do it. Because I'm pissed off. So is
Beat his
Brightwing.
ass.
Where is it? God damn. Fucking. Ugh. Don't want to hit that guy. Can that guy move?
That was my same thing, Leah.
Who are you
It
trying
got
not to
away.
hit?
The same guy I was trying to not hit.
Archer.
Oh, yeah. You know what? No, he's not an archer, and he would stay in fighting. So he's there. His turn's about to be up.
That's not helpful.
Ah. Is there any way I can not hit that guy?
What are you using? And what are you trying to hit?
These 3 displacer beasts. It's a 10-foot radius.
Yes.
Huh.
If you centered it in this bottom left corner, it would hit that guy, it would hit this guy, and it would hit this guy on the ground, but it would not hit the soldier.
It wouldn't hit this guy?
I think she was trying to get all 3 of these.
Yeah, it hits all 3 displacer beasts and this baddie right here. Can you see where I'm pointing with my little
No.
black
It's
thing?
in the...
Why
No.
the heck? Oh, I'm not broadcasting. Hee hee. Right here. Like this. So you get all 3 displacer beasts and this warrior, but not the Khaing soldier.
And that's a
Yeah.
Cjbeards warrior. They got knocked off.
Yes, the guy on the ground is a Sildarian warrior.
Brightwing, is very pissed off. And she throws and all of a sudden, like, Faye, you see literal fire start to lick up her staff. And she just, like, throws it in the air, and then all of a sudden you see in the clouds as it gets oranger and oranger in the clouds, and it strikes down, and I'm casting Flame Strike.
Damn!
So
Oh,
pissed off.
shit! Okay. Deck save. Holy mackerel.
Activate
Oh,
your
this is a lot of
Angry
deck
Bird.
saves. True! Okay. That is a natural 1 for the warrior. Fail. And then for the displacer beasts, that is 10. 16.
Nope.
Oh. And 13. Oh boy. Okay, so all three
lot of
take
dice.
full damage, and the other guy the warrior takes full damage.
Okay, 5d6 fire and 5d6 radiant.
Yeah.
Oh,
10d6. Holy mackerel.
It's a
that's
holy
bad.
fireball.
It's holy fireball, because I'm pissed off. Okay, hold on. Let me do a calculator. Keep it.
She needs a calc, Anneka.
Four.
Calc is short for calculator. If you guys didn't know, I'm just using slang.
3 plus 3.
Oh.
Okay, and
Nico's in the
then-
chat.
Oh my god, that's 3 sixes!
Love that
Okay.
for you.
Okay. 2 and a 3. Oh. 42.
42! Okay, this guy is obliterated. He had already taken some damage. And all of the displacer beasts are heavily wounded. Oh my lord.
And
Okay,
still,
as this
People
massive
have no fucking idea where this is coming from.
column of fire.
It's just
Correct!
happening.
They
It doesn't
literally think that the gods are on their side and dropping magical. It came from the
Yeah.
sky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No idea.
So I will say once again, roll a wisdom check. Roll it with advantage
Why?
because
It's
you
already
are doing.
advantage.
Oh, true. Okay, then I will say you get a +3 per my rules as well. So advantage with an extra +3. Wisdom check.
23.
23. Okay. You are doing massive, visible, divine stuff. They don't know where it's coming from. There is a clear emboldening that flows through the Khaing soldiers as whatever is fighting for them backs up their fading bravery. Is that your turn? Oh, you have your movement, which is the horse's movement.
Yeah, horses move.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Okay, you guys can get off the map. You going off the map?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we? Does
Nah,
that mean
it's
we're
still-
moving?
And
Nas is still on the field.
Nas and Eclipse will be coming afterwards, yes. Assumedly.
bonus action. Can't do anything. I'm a cast Shillelagh.
Hell yeah!
Hmm.
Okay. Incidentally, you see ahead of you reinforcements coming from the Khaing soldiers. You also hear behind you, it sounds like more commotion. So there is a constant flux in and out of people on both sides. The guys in the top are going to do some damage, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, take out a displacer beast that was heavily wounded by the flame strike.
Nice.
Then these guys will go here, 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 none, here. Okay. And this one will attack Nas because he is riding a beast up in his face. So, attack number 1, not with advantage because you are also mounted. 14.
Miss.
Attack number 2, natural 1. Attack number 3, a 19.
Shield.
Damn! Okay, you have a shield. His attacks all miss. His displacer beast will also attack you. Nope, that's a natural 5. That's a natural 20. So that will hit even through the shield for bad 14 damage, bludgeoning and piercing. Okay. And then it is a Faye's turn, and then your turn. Faye, do you want to do anything as you part the battlefield?
I mean, I didn't know I was gonna get a turn, so I wasn't thinking about it. I'm sorry. Yes.
You're technically a little off the map, but
Yeah, but I can do stuff. So is this guy? Hang on.
what the
wrong
heck
one.
music?
Are this guy and this guy within 60 feet of me?
The two, the rider and
The
and warrior?
riders.
Oh, this one?
The riders of both of these two.
Yes.
Great. I'm gonna cast command on both of them.
Okay.
Dismount.
Wisdom's dismount. Holy shit! Wisdom save.
Yeah.
Okay. On the right, that is a 16.
Nope.
Damn it. On the left, that's a 10. Double commanded. Okay. They have no idea what any of this is. It's so, this is the silliest thing that has ever existed. Okay. Anything else?
Silly songs with Faye. No.
Okay. Nas, you're up.
How far is it to the wagon from where I'm at?
It is 70, 80 feet, 75, 80 feet.
Okay. It's not close enough. I am going to Booming Blade the rider.
Okay. Roll to hit.
That is a...
Oh, I missed this one.
Oh, shit, wait. That is an 18.
That hits. Cannot parry.
1, 6. 10 points. So 10 points plus 3 thunder. He's pushed 10 feet away.
Oh my lord!
He is
So
booming
13
bladed.
total.
So when he moves,
So he,
it's an
oh
additional
my
2d8.
gosh. Okay, and a d6 that I'll roll for falling off. Okay.
And I am going to, you tell me how this works. I want to dismount and run to this edge.
Okay.
And
use
my. Go ahead.
you can use 5 feet of movement to dismount without a problem.
Okay. So here's how it's gonna look. I'm going to
Okay.
start running. I'm going to sacrifice 1 spell slot to gain a sorcery point back, which does not use a bonus action.
Damn.
I'm then going to quicken spell fly on myself,
Oh shit.
which will
Okay.
increase my movement speed to 60. And with the meta magic, I am going to shunt towards the wagon 30 feet.
30 feet. 5, 10, 15,
And it
20,
will
25, 30.
almost look like I'm jumping off this ledge and just quick and then coast the last few feet in with the increased movement speed from flight.
Okay. Damn. Did you roll your 2 extra d8 for this guy?
No, I didn't. It's when he moves, but I can roll it for you.
Well, didn't he just get moved, or does it go on him?
Well, it's willing movement.
Oh, I see.
It
Okay.
can't double dip, but he will take
Okay, well then don't roll it
15.
yet. Okay,
Okay.
got it. We'll see what happens. Okay. And you are on the cart. This guy is going to attack Eclipse.
Isn't he dismounting?
Oh, yep, he's commanded. Thank you. Boop! That's his turn. Hee.
Well,
The-
the displacer beast can do
the,
whatever it wants.
Yeah, the displacer beast will attack you. Actually, the displacer beast is confused. I will say, roll an intimidation check,
Which I will have.
contested against this warrior's.
I technically have advantage. Haha.
Yes, you do, and you add your strength, but that's already there.
Oh, I like.
That wasn't very good.
good. That was
on
a
his
lot
part.
A 27.
Holy shit! Okay, you growl at this thing, and it turns to his rider confused and does not attack you. This one
Fantastic.
will go.
I'm glad we could come to a mutual understanding.
Correct. And this one will go. And that's it. Okay, Eclipse, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna follow the cart.
Okay, you are bouncing.
I don't know
And
if
you
there's
guys are
like
all
a
off the map.
disengage. Well, yeah, that thing's not messing with me. So yeah.
No,
I'm
it's not.
getting outta
You've
here.
intimidated.
I'm
too
fucking
much.
out of here.
Okay, you guys get off the map. As you go off the map, you see reinforcements coming in, and you start to see in various places these attackers start to scatter. They are a guerrilla tactics team, and they have been battered back by a group of little women and children. So you start to see scattering. It seems like as you move forward, the fighting is dying down in general. This is a quick hit and out kind of thing. You start to gather. Okay. Based off what you did,
We're not getting an A, guys. The grade's just not gonna be that high.
It's like a B minus at best.
That's
B
so
minus
would
many
be
dismounted
generous.
there.
I'm gonna throw
Yeah,
a
that's
guiding
true.
bolt just on the back.
yeah, I will say, in fact, yeah, I will say Sam, Brightwing, everybody can throw something back to do extra damage, and I will add an extra there because of that. And yes,
Okay.
many of them are dismounted. What is left is at a severe disadvantage because of what you have left behind in your wake.
Should I
So-
roll your D10, Brian?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Let me know how it does.
An 8 and
Are
a
we just
10.
are we just rolling
That's
damage?
double.
Yeah.
18
Just-
or
no,
did
no,
it-
roll to hit. Roll to hit.
Oh, okay.
18 will hit.
Oh no, 18 was the damage. I didn't roll the hit.
Oh, okay. Roll to hit first.
Natural 19 to hit.
Damn, that will hit.
A lot. 20.
19 to hit.
Yep,
Three.
all those hit.
Yeah.
Let's shoot
Do I
with
get
the
sneak
rifle.
attack?
Oh,
With
my
the
You
what?
don't have the rifle. The rifle's in the bag of
Oh,
holding.
it's in the
Oh,
bag.
correct.
That's right. Yeah.
Do I get sneak attack?
There are a number of people within your range who are harried by allies, so yes.
Does she
You
have
would choose one
advantage?
of
Or do we
those.
have advantage because nobody can see us?
Yes, you would all have advantage. Roll against
Oh,
again
wait.
just in case you crit.
Also, we need the
I did not
rifle
crit.
so we can sniper
not.
shot somebody.
Fuck it. I'm throwing a dagger. I don't care.
No, not the
Real!
daggers.
Lose that shit!
No.
Come on. That's a 1 in there.
20, 27 damage. I cast a fourth level guiding bolt.
Yo!
I don't-
Okay.
Right-wing
Damn!
23
I'm
points
mad.
of piercing to whomever.
Shit! Faye?
Okay. My Art of Arrow was 18.
Okay, you guys gang up on the most southerly rider and just body him. He is slain to the ground. And
Wouldn't
you
it
are
be-
off.
Wouldn't it be more easterly? Are we heading east or are we actually heading south?
You're heading south. Yeah, you're heading south. Well, you're heading
Does the
south on
road
this
do this?
map, but the road is, southeast,
yeah.
technically.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's fine.
Wow.
Hold on while I change the music, because you're out of the battle now.
Let's
So how did
go.
we do, boss?
It's a solid.
We see the
C
point
for
tally, like, slowly
can't
cranking
believe
up.
we went
E's
through
get
this.
degrees.
It's true.
Mhm.
Mostly.
Listen,
Man,
Depends on your major.
It depends on your page. I can tell you if I
so
get a C, I ain't passing.
bad.
Good. That is the
So
the
bad.
intended reaction from at least Brightwing. This is what war is. Okay,
honestly,
you guys earned
fucked.
through the course of this, both through who you've kept alive through a variety of means, and what you've done to weaken the attackers, 23 points.
Out of how many?
Out of how many?
Yeah, what was the max?
I'm not going to tell you. You can save it for
Out of
your end of
100.
game, end of campaign questions. 23 points.
Give me like 2 years. from
These
now, we're like,
are
"Oh,
essentially reputation points
With
that,
the
because
KK
of
officer.
how this went down, belong to Eclipse.
What the
Oh.
hell?
But if Eclipse is there, she can divvy them out if she's a part of what they are used for.
Oh, okay.
What they are used for is, if and when you make roleplay related interaction checks with Khaithians after about a small period of time, you have 23 points to use as bonuses to rolls for those checks.
Jesus.
This could
Okay.
be talking to a politician. It could be talking to a guard. It could be talking to someone in Hockholm. Once this reputation goes out from here of what happened, you have 23 points to dole out. Eclipse, I will say you are the keeper of the points, so note
Oh,
that
God.
somewhere. Because you are the one
Ah.
you are the one who they saw this happen with. They are very likely, or someone is very likely at some point in the future to put this together, that the odd group of little women and kids was not in fact the odd group of little women and kids, but the rest of the adventuring party that has been seen in the presence of this Tabaxi warrior.
Sorry, guys.
What are you talking about?
Hey, it was a
She
sympathy
could have
bid.
been on an
It was worth a
escort
shot.
mission. She could have been on an escort mission. You
Yes,
don't
if she
freaking
could have
know.
been on an escort mission. However, the little old women and children running through this battle at the speed they were running, by the way, which was absurd, something is clearly amiss. They don't know what yet, but somebody will start to put it together. Possibly
were-
whoever goes and talks to the
we
guards.
were on a horse and carriage. Fine.
Yes. So when someone goes and talks to those two officers they met, they will probably put it
Oops.
together that the little old women and children were not, in fact, little old women and children moving 60 feet per round.
And that we're not going fishing.
Correct.
We're going fishing.
We're still going fishing.
Listen,
I mean, maybe
the
this
ruse has
warrior,
been maintained.
yeah, maybe she's like heavily blessed by the gods and
That's what
can
I was
call
saying.
down fire
Someone,
strikes.
my intimidation just got worse. Is all I'm saying. Like, it's,
Summon literal fire from the sky.
I'm just saying. I didn't even have to do anything.
As the fighting
worse when the
continues to
tattoos
scatter, the road opens up. You guys are able to get out of this mess and continue southeasterly. You see the scattering of the war bands and the soldiers re-strengthening their positions. You leave it behind and you go top speed away. Anything you want to do once you're out of danger as you head that direction, do or say before the end of the day.
Gonna patch up Crater
Okay.
because he still has some
Easily done.
damage.
He has a little nick on his.
No, I'm not
Hind
gonna
quarter.
tolerate it.
I am going to very subtly and not like secretively, but just subtly from the back of the wagon, like if we get like a break as we're packing up or something. I'm just gonna look over at Nas and cast message.
Okay.
Take a watch with me later. I have something for you.
All right.
I think Brightwing is still very, very mad to the point where I think the flames that were looking on her staff, she just is holding it so tight that it just starts to like smoke and burn the staff as she is just like that. She casts Druidcraft to like get the staff back, but you can definitely but you can definitely just see it like
The smoking handprint.
yeah.
There's a little burn mark in the baseboards of the wagon where your staff was sitting as well. Little round burn mark.
I think once we're getting settled for the night, probably gonna check in with Sam
Okay.
and just kind of I'm sorry how that went. I don't know if you care. To be honest, wasn't really picking a side on that one.
You can't stop these things.
Yeah.
It's beyond me.
I just want to make sure it doesn't look like we're, you know.
Yeah, I understand.
A couple months ago, it probably would have been.
I'm just still trying to process it all.
I will then go sit with Brightwing and just hang out with her.
Okay. Brightwing, how are you doing at this point? When evening comes around and you guys set up camp.
I think she is probably messing around with her herbalist kit. And it's just kind of like making like healing stuff. And in her mind, she's like, if I had this, I maybe could have saved another person. But she's like silently like milling herbs and stuff together.
I'm gonna do this
probably
weird,
a little bit more aggressive.
Forcefully.
more focused.
Aggressive.
I'll do this thing where if she passively tries to hand something, I will help without looking like I'm trying to do anything. It's just being the like extra table shelf thing that she needs, and just quietly helping, not asking questions, not doing anything.
Okay.
Where's your staff?
It's probably nearby. Maybe leaned against the cart, if anything.
I'm gonna cast invisibility and steal it.
Oh! Oh! Okay, roll a stealth check with advantage.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, what?
Shit. It's not 15 plus 7, 22.
22. What's your passive perception, Brightwing?
23.
Oh, shit! You... Well...
Once I pick it up, it disappears.
Yeah, so this is very interesting. You hear a slight shuffle. You look over and you see your staff disappear. Do you tip away, Nas?
No, I will
Okay.
leave the ground.
Okay.
What do you mean?
There is no tip.
Okay. Brightwing, what do? You see your staff disappear.
It's her staff.
Mm-hmm.
If it was anything else, I would just be. But it's my staff. I'm really concerned about my staff.
It was super weird the way that it just vanished out of existence.
I'm gonna stand up and just.
Would go over behind, like to break line of sight. I'm gonna try to cast mending on her staff.
Okay. Okay.
And with
Like
whatever short
behind a
period of
hill?
time I could. It doesn't even have to be that far away. I just want to break line of sight with her for a few seconds to
Okay.
try to take care of some of the burns.
Okay.
that are
Easily
on
done.
it. And then once that I do, I will step back out with it and bring it back
Okay.
over to her.
Brightwing, you removed with your druidcraft, you kind of healed up some of the bark, but there were still some deeper scorch marks. And when you're visible now because you cast a spell.
Mhm. Yep.
Nas returns. It looks pristine.
Oh. You didn't have to do that.
I know. Give her a
It
hug.
just starts to cry into your shoulder.
Okay.
You did what you could. What happened, and it couldn't have happened any other way.
I've seen water, but not like that. I'll try not to put the fire out the sky next time.
No, please, the fire was very helpful.
Yeah, we should probably talk about that. We might have blown our cover a little bit.
I'm sorry.
No, it was not a bad thing. I just. She looks really nervous about everything. And it's not a blame, it's just, oh god.
I think a roving band of weirdos is the least of their worries right now.
God, I really hope that's the case.
Well,
We were arguably on their side. I don't think there's a reason to pursue us.
Well, they didn't see most of you.
True.
no,
Oh,
I think they were more, from what I could gather, they were sort of praising the gods for the help, even though it was me, but I was doing it through a god, so I guess they
Look
were
at
right.
you spreading religion.
Look at that! That's
Not the-
crazy.
They did not say the wilds.
Man, we should have yelled the wilds bless you. Damn it. We
True.
missed a
You
perfect
dropped
opportunity.
some wild pamphlets behind you on the road.
Why? We gotta get better at this.
Well, I'm not trying to spread it.
You gave them what they needed in that moment.
Yeah. Again, I'm more concerned of people finding us where we're going and getting an advantage of it. If it's just me and they don't realize, that's fine. But just me probably means a bit more than I would like it to.
we just need to be careful. The good news is we can be anyone for
Yeah.
a limited length of time in a pinch. But it doesn't help us when we need to be us.
It's good thinking with the cart.
Yes. That was
I-
fantastic.
I I don't think it worked the way I expected it to. I expected them to just say, "Oh, women and children first," and then for everyone to get out of our way and just a ceasefire, maybe even something like that. But
I think we
it served its
underestimated
purpose.
exactly what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
God, this is really happening, isn't it?
I also feel very bad. I think I lied to the horses a bit.
I mean, they were fine.
Fine,
We made sure of it.
unscathed, physically.
But I sort of like put them in a trance to make them keep going and not
Well, yeah,
let
but
them
it
feel
would,
the fear that they, because that was what I did at the time. But
It
Help
would be
them focus on the
different-
task at hand.
yeah, it would be different
Yeah.
if it was anything like the gorge. You didn't
I'm
do
still
that
gonna
to
go
them.
apologize to them.
That's completely valid. You should still do that. That's okay.
Okay. And in my spare time, I will apologize to the horses for controlling them, Matthew.
Okay.
They're gonna be like, what?
Yes, that is literally reaction. They have no idea what happened. They just thought they were really scared for a second, and then they weren't scared anymore, and that was great. And so then they ran.
They had no idea. They couldn't
Yep.
see anything.
I guess it is a
I
concern.
also
at
charmed
first.
all the plants in that area, and they were just
No
vibing.
consent.
Correct.
You gotta go apologize to all of them.
If anyone talks to those plants, they will spread the news of the wilds far
Oh,
and
there it
wide.
is.
Mm.
There it is. Was it Brian?
With the war being at the stage that it is, we may have to make some hard decisions. Sure, we may have been seen slightly and have some sort of a whatever it might be. But I'm sure some of them also lived in Sildari.
Okay,
We may have chosen a side just now.
let me dial that back real quick.
Mm.
We, the collective, did not know that that was a Sildari thing. That was just Sam, right?
Oh,
So I would still apologize regardless. But
Mhm.
would Sam have ever told us that, or would you have
Sam.
kept that to yourself?
I don't know. I think she's just kind of been out of it, so she hasn't said anything.
Okay.
strike it from the record.
Yeah, I think mine would still stand, not knowing that they're Sildarian necessarily. It's just that we sided with the
Conflict is
Cathians.
escalating.
Yeah, and it's like, sorry, like
We didn't. I mean, we actively killed one person, but like
that was yeah, that's
yeah, like
that's
the
where most of the
family was-
apology came from.
I mean, I think bringing a pillar of fire on.
Oh yeah, we
And
killed a
again,
couple-
I'm just
Yeah, a
saying.
few
one
people
side
died
of-
because
Okay,
of that for sure.
But for the record of in-game, we do not know
We don't
that
know.
we
Yeah.
don't know that. So I just
But
want to
I
make
feel
sure we're
like that
maintaining
shows
that at
the
least.
side.
But that's what I mean. Like,
Yes.
I'm sorry that that's the side we chose. And as we're getting closer to the border, need to make sure that that's not why we made that choice.
I guess in the case of
Okay.
if more attacks do happen, are we trying to intervene? Are we trying to...
I didn't see that as intervening. I saw that as trying to get
True.
away.
Yeah. We could have sat there and fought off every person we thought was an enemy, and we didn't. There's... It's irritating levels of almost self-defense, but
Mhm.
we tried. And they can take it how they want. I genuinely did not want to be a part of that. Especially
Just
after what's
know-
happened.
With the recent events at the gala, now this, death seems to be happening around us quite often. It's not monsters, it's not creatures, it's people. I
Unfortunately.
guess I just wanted to get that out in the open at least.
That is why we live separate from the world part of it. people have a tendency to lose the value of life around them. Creatures do it out of necessity, feeding circle of life. But people have a tendency to, like I said, disvalue what is given.
We protect each other first.
And I think that's
And
what we did
whoever
out
else we
there.
can help.
Well, we might be going to a place where most of us are not very popular.
I'm used to that.
I hope. I mean, the intent for this whole mission here is to remain relatively unseen,
Right.
and that should translate not only to the people that would investigate, call it what you will, investigating or infiltrating or whatever, but also any potential witnesses to our having been here. Lying low is not a bad thing.
Next time I'll stay on the cot.
I mean, yeah.
It was
I
pretty
was-
cool, though.
Yeah.
Very close to coming to get you. I was quite concerned.
That's going to when the guy left, you appeared, and
So I guess here's kind of just what I'm thinking, right? I look like I'm okay with killing people, but that's not true. Sometimes it gets out of hand. But I want to make sure, and it's really hard to say this, that we're doing it for the right reason. Killing someone should never have a reason that justifies anything. But if someone's going to hurt you, I'm going to stop them.
Me too.
And it will be for no other reason than they are trying to hurt you. I don't care where they're from. I don't care who they are. Whether that means they're not breathing is up to them.
Ooh. I think, narrative-wise, Brightwing has been formulating a plan on what to do when we finally do get to her people and how to convince them, and she does know of a way. But when Eclipse says that, I will hurt anyone that hurts you, there is a, like, not a fear, but like, oh, this could go bad in terms of thought process. But
I mean this
no.
physically.
I mean, I'll let the audience take that with what it is, but
Yeah, it's. She'll clarify it, and even without your information, it's just I mean that physically because we let what's his face fucking walk out after making Phase Night fucking miserable. Again, just tell me and I'll get it done. And if I don't agree, we'll fight about it.
Sam, silent as you are, what is going through Sam's mind?
Way too fucking much. Just after, just remembering back on the letter that she received this morning and seeing the fighting and knowing that a huge part of Kathos's plan, at least the reasons to start war, were blamed on her. It just feels like the weight of the fucking world is just resting right on her chest, and her mind is just so loud right now. She's just kind of blocking out a lot of the conversation that's going on around her.
Okay. Anything else before you guys head to sleep?
Doesn't Faye have to have a watch?
First watch?
I don't care which watch it is. I just don't want to forget.
Take first.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right. Rest of you go to sleep.
Perception checks.
Yes, unless you're doing something first. If you're weaving it in, then yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of
Okay.
like a...
Yeah, roll perception checks. Or one with advantage. Well, actually, do
roll.
I allow that? I don't think I allow that.
I think it's...
I
Both
thought
you
you
roll
did at
perception
one
checks.
point, but
14.
10.
Okay.
The people with the
You-
2 awful perception. We don't notice anything.
+1.
Fortunately,
It's
there is
night.
not. There is not an
Looks
ambush
good to
of
me.
displacer beasts, so you guys are okay.
I think Faye probably was staying up a little late anyway and has been up until that whole thing started. She probably didn't realize that we were in a populated area until we started talking to someone because she's been so hyper focused on her project. And then as soon as we left, had picked it back up and had been working on it. And then shortly into the watch, and rolls up the paper that she had been writing on and walks over and sits down next to you. You do a lot of very nice things for all of us. And I don't think it goes unnoticed. I think we are grateful for it. But you're a hard person to be nice to back. But I think I figured something out as a thank you for that moment of solitude that I needed the other night before leaving Yilmara. We are not closing any chapters, but we are revisiting a chapter that I know was very painful for you. And very close to the chest. And I know that Brightwing had been speaking with your family on your behalf, but I figured there's nothing better than hearing the voices of your loved ones for yourself. So I hand him a scroll of sending. I wouldn't use it right now. He's probably dead asleep. But I know he'd like to hear from you.
I think you've caught me in one time that I truly have a loss for words. Thank you.
You're welcome.
There'll be a brief moment like where you see him start to tear up, and he'll give you a hug.
Big hugs.
And then maybe throughout more parts of the watch, you'll see him find like a small piece of paper and
I would
start
have given you a piece of
things.
scrap paper and a quill with it.
Yeah.
And then I'll just leave you to do your thing. Like,
Mhm.
you can think about it. And I'll pick the other scroll back up and keep working. Go back to working on that one.
Okay. Nas, do you intend to do anything else with it on this night?
No, I legit don't know what to say, so
Okay.
I'm gonna hang on to it.
Okay. Then we will go ahead and end the session there. We'll pick up in the next watch. Megan, take a heroic inspiration for that. Out here trying to make me cry IRL.
Mhm.
That was a lot. Good stuff. Well handled. Favorite moments or least favorite moments?
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
That's
All
really
of Nas
cool.
combat, honestly. Every combat turn for Nas was based this all.
True. Mans is I should go back and like get a map of everywhere he went and how quickly it was like
That was crazy.
And not like damage, but just causing
Yeah, it was
chaos.
just
Yep.
It was just
was
absolute
perfect.
chaos.
I think he knocked like 4 or 5 people off their mounts, stole
Yeah.
one mount.
Yeah. No, that's. Oh, that was really good.
That I agree. Up until that, I will say the general reaction to this event I think was like very well played by everyone, but in particular, I was very pleased with how mad Leah and Brightwing were, because this is very much a window into a world that is intentionally avoided by her people, as she said, and it went well. Like, you guys saved a lot of people and thwarted a lot of potential damage, but dozens and dozens and eventually hundreds of people are going to die in this attack, and you witnessed a lot of it, and that reaction was very fitting and interesting, I think.
Well, like, I was gonna do another healing word, mass healing word with all those people and get them, and then they all died, and I was like, I'm not healing anybody this round.
Nope. People get slaughtered in war.
Oh,
If clerics
so
could heal
mad.
everyone, it would be pretty easy.
I think my favorite moment was charm plants and animals, because I haven't used that since the beginning of the
The
campaign.
mushrooms!
The mushrooms that screwed Matt over all that time
Yeah.
ago.
That did fucking happen.
Yes,
in
that
game?
ended a whole
Oh
combat
my
encounter.
God.
Cancelled. In fact,
But
that
I
might have been
haven't
the
used it
first
since
combat
because-
encounter
Yeah.
of like
Because
the
there
actual
hasn't been a
campaign.
need for it. We haven't
it's
fought
very niche.
animals or plants. This was the one time I was like, scared animals can be charmed just as well. So
I'm also very interested to see if Sam writes back.
also
I-
that, what a freaking
I'll be
come
taking a
back
watch later
and
tonight.
like be
Mhm.
Sam
and be
needs
arrested.
a nap and a drink and a lobotomy.
She needs a full system reset. Turn it off, turn it back on.
Yeah, have you tried
Cleanse.
turning it off and back on again?
Cleanse.
Deep cleanse.
Greater
Like a
restoration
charcoal
is not
face
enough.
mask.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys could stop in the spa
Oh,
in
the
Hoff.
bathhouse!
We are going through
If
there.
I get let into the city.
We got ways.
We have ways.
Well, you getting in's not the problem. It's us getting over the border that's the problem.
I don't think we don't really need to go into Hong Kong. Like, that's an option. Like,
Yeah, we can
there's
just
no-
go around.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. Good sesh. Good
Mm.
good characters. Great stuff. All right. That is 76. We will pick up not next week.
Maybe the week after 50-50.
No.
Maybe not. No, not the next week after. So we well, we can't play
We're gonna wait.
Saturdays anymore.
3 weeks.
We might
Unless
we
it's
might have a bit of a
Thursday.
break.
Okay.
We could
Sorry.
I'd be down to play. Is it who else can play Thursday?
Next week.
Not
I
Anneka.
work.
Oh yeah, you work till
Oh.
late.
I work
Yeah.
till late.
We
Unless you want to
Who-
play it like
We'll figure it out
Figure
after.
this out after.
We'll sign off
Let's
and
not-
okay,
figure it out
yeah,
after.
let's not do
fair
this
enough.
now.
All right.
'Cause
See you in
Vlad doesn't care.
Good stuff. Good night.
All right, now.
Mm.
when we're playing next,
Um,
and then Halloween costumes.
True.
Yes.